All right, welcome USFFL. We are ready for a live broadcast. We've got 4 games on tap for you tonight. Let me go ahead and see what I can do to get these queued up. So let's start by getting the live stream out there for folks to see. One moment. Okay, and then I guess now that I need to think about it, I need to share my screen. All right, so we've got that going for us now. And let's pull up our first game. Okay, so that's not what we're looking for. All right, let's go back and do that cut again on the game number. Copy. All right. All right. Game should be popping up any second now. Let's give that a second. Let's go ahead and get this posted out for everybody to see now. Um, all right, so we got the link out there for everybody now. That's good to go. And we should have the Chargers game up. Let's go ahead and cut away from me. Let's get full screen action. And here we are. Looks like we have Cleveland 3rd and 1 in the red zone. They try to sneak it, and it is no good. That's going to set up a 4th and 2. Nice stop there by the Chargers defense. Chargers come into this game undefeated, only undefeated team in the AFC at 4-0. Cleveland's struggling early in the season here. I believe they are at 3-1. I'm sorry, I said 3-1. I meant they're actually 1-2-1. Second place at 1-2-1. Here's the 4th and 2 field goal attempt. Chase McLaughlin is setting up for Cleveland, and he's going to drill it. And so the Cleveland Browns have taken a quick 3-0 lead in this game. 9:18 to go here in the first. Let's get the card image up. I don't know about anybody else. I do like to see so far. So the Chargers now take over. We'll see if this is their first or second possession. So Chargers had the opening possession, 6 plays. Looks like they had an interception to end their possession. And then Cleveland took that possession back for the field goal on their opening possession. So 3-0 Browns. Chargers now with their second possession of this game, staring at a 2nd and 3 at their own 32. We'll check out injuries next. First of 4 games that we'll be covering on broadcast tonight. And then after that, short break, and I'll have my own game tonight at midnight Eastern. Chiefs at Bills. Both teams 2-2. On 2nd and 3, Chargers are going to split out with 4 wides in the shotgun. So spread formation. Nickel blitz shown by the Cleveland Browns. And on 2nd and 3, they're going to run it up the middle out of that spread formation. 2 yards, so a little bit short. There is a holding penalty on the Chargers, so back it up. Wipe that play away, and it's second down and 13. Okay, nobody looking to gain or join in yet. Look at our schedule tonight. You can see that we have this game, Browns at Chargers. 30 minutes later, Broncos at Steelers. And then 30 minutes after that, both Giants at Cowboys and Dolphins at Buccaneers. We'll try to stick with you through all or most of that action. Defense guesses pass with a good blitz. There is a deep ball with nobody there, but it is a possible interception and incomplete. Good call to a long pass zone that was empty by Chargers coach Tangora, but he rolled the 7 on the defensive card. Missed the interception. That was the good news for him, but incompletion on their play, and it's third down and 13 now for the Chargers. Three wide receivers, one halfback for LA. Herbert in the shotgun with Eckler at his side. He needs 13 yards. And aside from Keenan Allen, both of his other wideouts have the average per catch to hit that on their card. Cleveland showing blitz again out of the nickel. It's a screen to Austin Eckler, and it's going to come up short. 7-yard gain. He got what he wanted in that he got a 6 on the white dice on the defensive card, which converted it to 0 men there. But a 3 roll. Gave him only 7 yards, comes up short at 4th and 6. Here comes the punt, and it is a boomer. That is a 69-yard gem down to the 2-yard line. He'll probably let that bounce. Let's see if that'll get in the end zone. And it does not. So a monster 69-yard punt down to the 2-yard line takes a favorable bounce for the Chargers back out to the 5-yard line. And with 7:12 to go here in the first quarter, Chargers trailing 3-0. Cleveland has a ball and the lead. First and 10 at their own 5. Tale of two teams here. Chargers going to pass mostly, and I think the Browns you can expect to run mostly. Chubb is in the deep eye. And it's going to be an inside run to Chubb into a pass defense here on first and 10. And nothing doing. That went to the defensive card. And a roll of 6. Even with 2 linebackers there, it's still 0. So second and 10 at the 5. Just taking a quick look. Excuse me. Wanted to see about the rushers because I got a feel Chubb is probably up there. Where's the rush yards? There they are. So not so much. I sort of thought we might see Chubb in the top rushers, but he's not in the top 10. Neither is Eckler. I guess he does split those carries, some with Kareem Hunt, Dearness Johnson. Chubb did get a 5-yard run on second down, and it is now 3rd and 5 at the 10-yard line. Defense is guessing pass out of the nickel, but it's a draw. Nick Chubb coming up with a draw on 3rd and 5. Goes to his card, and it's a short gain. Nick Chubb is going to get this unless containment kicks in, and it does. So a good containment there by the Charger defense at a critical moment. That was a 7 short gain on right that he got on 7, but the containment stops him, holds him at a 4th and 1 at the 14, and that's going to mean a punt for Cleveland. Punting from their 14, and it's a beauty, 46 yards, and that's going to be a fumble. And that is recovered by the Cleveland Browns. So a muffed punt gets the Browns out of a deep hole in field position as they now take over in Charger territory. First and 10. Browns at the 35-yard line of the Chargers. And that's the second turnover in this game for the Chargers. An interception and a muffed punt here in the first quarter for the Chargers. And I guess the pass defense, Chubb's going right up the middle again. That's going to go on the defensive card. And even with a linebacker there, that's a short gain for Chubb. Sevens are good. And Chubb picks up 16 yards and a first down inside the red zone down to the 19-yard line. Chubb already 8 carries here in the first quarter for 39 yards. This time it's going to be D'Ernest Johnson set up in the backfield. And that's going to be actually a penalty. Offsides on the offense. Back Cleveland up 5 yards. So first and 15, now at the 24 of the Chargers. Chargers come into this game with a poor rated run defense and an average to poor rated pass defense. At 4-0, these Bolts are getting it done, overcoming that defense. Chargers going to show blitz as well out of the 3-4 defense, blocking back formation for the Browns. The guess is run, and it is a run right up the middle to D'Ernest Johnson. It's going to be a pickup of 3 yards. That goes to the defensive card, asking for the rating of the center, who needed to be a 6 and was only a 5. So center J.C. Treader just didn't quite get it done, leading to just a 3-yard gain, and it's second and 12 at the 21. After that penalty, still outside the red zone. So the free safety has deep responsibilities. Defense is going to guess run, doubling some flats, but it's a short pass. And that's caught Donovan People-Jones with a good 14-yard completion on Case Keenum's card. And that makes it first and goal down at the 7. Browns trying to build on their 3-0 lead. First and goal. They're going to go to a full house. Heavy set. 3-4 blitz shown by the Chargers. And it's going to be a run up the middle to Chubb. Defense called run, but that's 7 yards into the end zone. There is a penalty. And that's going to be offsides against the defense. So Cleveland should decline this, and they do. And with 3:18 to go here in the first quarter, Nick Chubb with his 9th carry carries it right into the end zone. A 7-yard dive for a touchdown. Extra point by McLaughlin is good, and the Cleveland Browns on the road out in front of the Chargers here, up 10-0. So a couple of first quarter turnovers to put the Chargers in a hole. They had the option to take their ensuing kickoff out, but they've gone ahead and kneeled on it. So first and 10 Chargers at the 25-yard line. Chargers going to go to the spread formation. Shotgun, 4 wide receivers. Eckler in the backfield. 3-3-5 blitz presented by the Cleveland Browns. Defense guesses pass, but it's a run right up the middle and just a pickup of 2 yards. That went to the defensive card, and a roll of 6 was not what he was looking for. Sets up a second down and 8. Three wide receiver formation. Still out of the shotgun with Eckler. Both these defenses like to keep their safety close. They're showing blitz again here in the Cleveland secondary on a nickel formation, and it's a square out looking for Mike Williams and incomplete on Herbert's card. He got a 10. Nothing doing there. So behind the chains here on third down, 3rd and 8 for the Chargers. Three wide receivers split out. Browns are showing blitz with their safety again from the nickel. Got to be looking out for the pass rush here. Browns lead the league in sacks. And here's a short pass, Keenan Allen, and incomplete. On the defensive card, 4 men had a result of receiver, and Keenan Allen's who you want in that situation, but drops the 7, and nothing happens. So 4th and 8. Chargers punting again here from their 27-yard line. And another 69-yard punt inside the 5-yard line. Second time this quarter, a snake eyes punt of almost 70 yards puts them within that short range inside the 5, and both work out well for the Chargers. The first one bounced backwards up to the 5 and sat down there. And this time they tried to return it, and it was a fair catch. And so the Chargers have pinned him deep yet again. 1st and 10 at the 4-yard line for Cleveland. 1:48 to go here in the first quarter. The Browns leading the Chargers 10-0. Chubb's in the deep eye from his own end zone. Blocking back formation. The defense of the Chargers going to show blitz out of the 3-4 again. And here's a run up the middle to Chubb. He is keyed. Good call by Coach Tangora. And it's still going to be a pickup of 4 yards on the defensive card. So 2nd down and 6. Chubb in the first quarter already 10 carries, 50 yards. Browns from their 8-yard line. Still Chubb in the eye. The defense guesses run, but it is a sideline pass to Jarvis Landry. There are 2 men in the zone, but it goes to the quarterback card. That's what Cleveland wants. And that's going to be a 9-yard gain. There is a penalty. Let's see who that's on. And it's on the Chargers, so they'll decline that. And it's going to be a 1st down completion to Jarvis Landry. 1st and 10 Cleveland now at their 17-yard line. Chubb still the eye back in the blocking back formation. 3-4 blitz being presented by the Chargers. Here's a square out, looking in the flat again. This time we're targeting Donovan Peoples-Jones, and it's going to be a 6-yard pickup on his card. Result was receiver, and Donovan Peoples-Jones with a nice completion there. Keenum now 4 for 4. Passing for the Browns sets up a 2nd down and 4. Cleveland at their 23-yard line. Offensively and defensively showing the same formation. It's a run right up the middle to Chubb. Defense guesses run, and Chubb on his card still picks up 3 yards. Not quite enough for a 1st down. Sets up a 3rd and 1. Browns will have from their 26 as we now roll into the second quarter here in Los Angeles with the home team trailing. Browns are up 10-0. Big 3rd and 1 for Cleveland at their own 26 here. Chubb's in the game, blocking back formation. Still 3-4 blitz shown by the Chargers. They're guessing pass defensively, but it is a run up the middle to Chubb, and it's going to be actually a penalty. Boy, it was an opportunity to pick up that first down with 3rd and 1 and the defense looking pass, but offsides penalty on the offense. So back them up 5 yards. And now Cleveland a little bit behind the sticks, 3rd and 6, their own 21-yard line. Bottom of the hour now, so there's probably another game about to kick off. We'll keep our eye for that. And we may jump around a little bit back and forth here. On 3rd and 6, the Browns are going to split out 3 wide receivers. Higgins, Landry, and Donovan Peoples-Jones are split out wide, and they're tossing it to Higgins through the slot. Defense was double teaming the tailback. It's a must run, needs 6 yards, and Case Keenum good enough to get 5, not quite enough. And for the second straight possession offensively, the Browns have a 4th and 1 at their own territory, and they're going to punt it. Didn't quite get enough. There's a 43-yard punt. That'll be to the 31-yard line. Fielded there by Andre Roberts, and he picks up a modest 4 yards. So 13:48 to go here in the second quarter. Browns up 10-0. Chargers with the ball. I think the Chargers may only have still 1 first down. They do. Back to pass. He's looking at Keenan Allen and incomplete. There's a penalty, and it's going to be pass interference against Cleveland. And so that's going to be a first down for the Chargers, all the way out to the 47-yard line across midfield. So 1st and 10 at the 47 now of Cleveland. The Chargers will stay in the spread formation. Herbert out of the shotgun. Browns showing blitz out of the nickel. Here's a square out pass to an empty zone, and that's a nice pickup of 14 yards. There is a penalty on the play, and that's against the defense as well, so it's declined. First down pass of 14 yards. The result was receiver on wrong. Mike Williams has a pretty good card there, and he gets 14 on that one. So 1st and 10 now, Chargers on the fringe of field goal range at the 33-yard line of Cleveland. Chargers still in the spread formation, 4 wide receivers. Cleveland again showing blitz out of the nickel. It's a run up the middle, and Austin Eckler just 2-yard gain. An unfortunate break. That was actually snake eyes on the defensive card. You know how that works on line buck. Sometimes you won't hit on that, but if it wasn't a line buck, that probably would have been good. And actually, no. Off tackle would have also just been actually, I'm looking at the wrong set of cards there now that I think about it. Looking at the Cleveland defense, yeah, 32 on off tackle plus 44 on in run. So missed opportunity up the middle. Here's an in run by Justin Herbert and 6 yards. A deliberate run call to the quarterback, and Herbert picks up 6 on his card. That sets up a 3rd and 2 at the Cleveland 25-yard line. From here, that field goal is 2 through 9 and 12. Really, as long as he stays out of the deep range, it's pretty good odds here for Anthony and his Chargers. 3rd and 2. They're going to stay in that spread formation. Shotgun on 3rd and short. Nickel blitz coming from Cleveland. And I forgot to check the injuries, and I wanted to, so we're going to do that after we see this 3rd down opportunity. And it's a run up the middle to Austin Eckler, and exactly 2 yards on the defensive card. So he got about the worst result you can get on the defensive card, but it was just enough to pick up the first down, move the chains, and it is 1st and 10. Chargers from the 23 of Cleveland. The Chargers are without David Njoku in this game, and they're also without their tackle, Jedrick Willis. He'll be missing next week as well. Chargers are without Uchenna Nwosu. He's a blitzer, I know, on the outside. And Matt Filer, which I'll look at that. I think that's going to be a lineman. On first down, we have a 5-yard penalty. Cleveland was encroaching on the snap there. And so a 5-yard penalty sets up a 1st and 5 inside the red zone now at the 18-yard line for Los Angeles. And yes, Matt Filer is the left guard. 5 run block, 4 pass block, who's out in this game. So that's definitely something you got to watch out for against a team that is among the league leaders in blitzing. Here's a hitch on 1st and 5 over the middle, targeting Mike Williams, and it's going to be incomplete. That was actually technically going to be a completed pass with the yak yardage available, but Mike Williams not the best on yak yardage, and it ended up being incomplete over the middle. So 2nd down and 5 at the 18 of Cleveland. Looking to see if the second game has kicked off, and it has. Denver and Pittsburgh. So I've got that number. We'll be checking them out next. Not yet. Let's go ahead and finish this drive. See what we've got here. So on 2nd and 5 from the Cleveland 18. Chargers are going to split out 3 receivers this time. Herbert in the shotgun with Eckler beside him. Safety creeping up close again, showing blitz. They're going to double team Keenan Allen, guess pass, but it's a run right at the middle to Eckler, and he's got a good one. It is a 14-yard pickup. There's a penalty, but it's against Cleveland. Chargers decline at 1st and goal at the 4-yard line. That went to the defensive card. There were a couple of boxes there, and Austin Eckler took advantage of it. So 1st and goal at the 4. Coach Tangora bringing his Chargers up in the full house formation now, as I've noticed he likes to do so far this year in the close zones. .11:06 here in the second quarter. Left to go. There's a sneak up the middle to Herbert, and he's got 3 yards. That gets it down to the 1. There's a personal foul on Cleveland as well. So that's going to be 1st and goal at the 1. Technically, you and I know it's at the half-yard line, but Strat is not going to delineate the difference. 1st and goal at the 1. Chargers looking to punch it in out of that full house formation again. Here's a run up the middle to Justin Jackson. Defense calls run, no matter, touchdown. Justin Jackson dive up the middle. And it puts the Chargers on the board. Here comes the extra point attempt by Dustin Hopkins. And it's good. There is a penalty. So let's see what that does. It's an offside against the Chargers. So it's going to be a choice to Coach Tom Veltri of the Browns. He'll take that on the kickoff. So the extra point is good. It's 10-7. Here's the ensuing kickoff down to the 1-yard line. So it's going to be run out. And that's taken across the 20 out to the 23. But a penalty, illegal block on the Browns. It's going to back that one up. So that backs it up to the 13-yard line. So 10 minutes, 12 seconds to go here in the second quarter. Chargers now on the board, trailing 10-7. Browns taking over at their 13-yard line. Let's go ahead and see if we can't see what's going on with the Steelers and the Broncos. We'll try to run them simultaneously. I sure noticed last time I did this that game was struggling to run games 2 at a time for me. But we'll give it a shot here. All right, we are looking live from, I want to say Heinz Field in Pittsburgh, but we know they changed these names 1,000 times. I might be wrong about that. There's a short pass to Cortland Sutton, and that's complete. Result of receiver gets a 12-yard gain for Cortland Sutton. Broncos have it 1st and 10 at the Pittsburgh 47-yard line. And they're looking deep. Here's a deep ball to an empty zone, and it's a result of receiver, though, and incomplete. Boy, that was a bullet dodge there by Coach Shibley of the Steelers. As there was nobody in the zone, plenty of long gain opportunities. He missed those, got receiver, and there were still 4 completion possibilities, but Tim Patrick comes up empty, and it's 2nd and 10 for Drew Lock and the Broncos. Broncos come into this game 3-1, just a game behind those same Chargers that we are showing on the other side of the uh, country. There's a 10-yard screen pass to Melvin Gordon and a first down. Broncos now down to the 37 of Pittsburgh. Here's a quick out to Noah Fant. That's a good pickup of 9. There's a penalty. Let's see what we have there. That's a personal foul on the Steelers. So the Broncos are marching. They're now 1st and 10 into the red zone, down to the 14-yard line here. Broncos' first possession of this game. Steelers went 4 plays and punted on their opening possession. Defense guesses short yardage, but it's a quick out. Noah Fant, 9-yard completion. Broncos on the march, 2nd and 1 at the 5-yard line of Pittsburgh. There was a short pass on wrong, incomplete. Drew Lock on his card had a chance to throw that one into the end zone on 2nd and 1. Predicted they would call run correctly, but it didn't matter. So 3rd and 1 on that incompletion. 3rd and 1 at the 5-yard line. You would think they'll run here. I think Pittsburgh has a really good run defense. You do have to factor that in. Although I'm wrong. The Pittsburgh's defense is graded poor against the run, average to good against the pass. So maybe they're going to run it here. 3rd and 1 at the 5. 2 tight end formation for the Broncos. 3-4 defense showing blitz. And it is a sneak against a pass defense. And Drew Lock's got a first down as he plows forward for 3 yards. And so that'll make it 1st and goal at the 2-yard line. And they're going to pass. Throwing short to Cortland Sutton, and there's a penalty. Dead ball foul, 5-yard, back him up. False start on the offense. So 1st and goal now at the 7. Here's an off tackle to Melvin Gordon. He is keyed, and that's going to be -1 and an injury as well to Melvin Gordon on that play. And that's going to set up 2nd and goal now back at the 8. Melvin Gordon is going to be injured now for the first half of this game. Teddy Bridgewater also out for Denver, as well as Albert Okwuegbunam. Trey Turner out for Pittsburgh. There's a 5-yard run by Javonte Williams. And that sets up a 3rd and goal at the 3. Big play here. It's off tackle to Javonte Williams, but he's keyed, and it's a 2-yard loss. Great call by Coach Pete Shibley of the Steelers to make it a 4th and goal at the 5. And Brandon McManus is going to come on to do the kick. It's through. But give the Pittsburgh defense credit. They hold firm. And after both teams have had a drive at the 7:48 mark of the first quarter, it's the Broncos on the road leading the Steelers 3-0. We are now looking live back in Los Angeles. Chargers still trailing the Cleveland Browns 10-7. Just going to make sure there's not a new game number there or anything. Doesn't look like it. Chargers facing a 3rd and 5. They are at the Cleveland 31-yard line. So they're already in range to tie this up with a field goal. And here's a sneak on 3rd and 5. Interesting call. And it's a pickup of 6. Justin Herbert gets it done. It goes to the defensive card. 5 on the wide die, beats the left tackle. And that's a first down conversion for the Chargers. 1st and 10 at the 25 at Cleveland. 3 wide receivers going to be split out now for the Chargers. Coach Veltri and his Browns showing blitz as normal out of the nickel. And on 1st and 10, it's a run up the middle. Austin Eckler, and he's got a good one. 14 yards for the second time today. He hit the 8 with the 2 boxes there, picked up the additional 10 yards and rumbled for a first down. Eckler now 6 runs for 41 yards, and he's got the Cleveland Browns on their heels now. It's 1st and 10 Chargers at the 11-yard line of Cleveland. 3 wide receivers will split out again. Herbert out of the shotgun. Nickel blitz brought by the Browns here. Defense guesses pass. They're double teaming Eckler, but it's a run. Eckler up the middle. Touchdown! Eckler hits the 8 again and gets the double boxes on consecutive plays. And this time it's an 11-yard touchdown run to put the Chargers on top. Dustin Hopkins with the extra point. It's good. And after giving a quick 10-0 lead to Cleveland, the Chargers come rolling back. And they're now up 14-10 here. 4:12 to go here in the first half in SoFi Stadium. Chargers up by 4. Browns now take over at the 20-yard line. We're going to go ahead and switch over to the Pittsburgh game now. Here's a hitch to Deontay Johnson on wrong receiver, and that's going to get a 9-yard pickup to Deontay Johnson. He has a plurality of receptions on the year, so not surprising he could find a completion on wrong. It's setting up 2nd and 1. Pittsburgh at the 30-yard line of Denver, so they're already in range to potentially tie it up with a field goal. 3 wide receivers is the formation. It's a run, a sneak to Roethlisberger, and nothing doing. On 2nd and 1, he tried to get a sneak across for the first down. Roethlisberger failed to get it done, and it's 3rd down and 1 now. So 3rd and 1 at the 30. From here, Pittsburgh's kicker is 2 to 9 and 12. Here's a pitch out to Najee Harris and a pickup of 4 yards. And that's going to be a first down conversion. 1st and 10. Steelers at the 26-yard line of Denver. Here's another hitch to Deontay Johnson. There's a linebacker there. We've got a yak opportunity on the quarterback card. And Deontay Johnson is going to take advantage of that. That's 11 yards, actually 10. A 10-yard gain for Deontay Johnson. He's got a B rating on the yak and took advantage of it there. It's 1st and 10 inside the red zone at the 16-yard line of the Broncos. Oh, snap fumble for the Steelers. It's on the ground. Let's see who's got it. And it's picked up by the defense. The Broncos have fallen on the ball here in their own red zone to put an end to another Steeler drive. And so, still leading 3-0. Broncos are going to take over at their 17-yard line here with just over 2 minutes left in the first quarter. Here's a little dump pass out to Javonte Williams, and it's good for 7 yards and tack on 15 more as the Steelers have committed a personal foul. Third penalty already for the Steelers. 1st and 10 Broncos now all the way out to their own 39-yard line. Here's an off-tackle run to Javonte Williams. He is keyed. Good call on the defense, and that's still 4 yards. That was on the defensive card on an 8 with 2 linebackers there. He did fill the zone, but a 4-yard gain, manageable, makes it 2nd and 6. Denver at their 43-yard line. Back to pass now. Looking short, Cortland Sutton, and incomplete. That was a receiver result on the defensive card, and Cortland Sutton finds a hole. Drew Lock now 5 of 9, and we're staring at a 3rd and 6 for Denver at their own 43. Three wide receivers. Defense shows nickel, and it's a sideline pass. There's a man there, Jerry Jeudy, looking for it, but he can't find it. It's incomplete. Double sixes on the defensive card. Linebacker there saves it, and so it's going to be a punt situation here. There's a punt, 39 yards, and it's fumbled. That is on the ground. The Steelers have muffed it, and Broncos have recovered this fumble. So just like in the other game, the road team is getting the benefit of some early turnovers. 2 fumbles lost now for the Steelers. And the Broncos will start this drive in the red zone, 1st and 10 at the 19. Here's an off tackle, Javonte Williams, just a pickup of 3. Defense was guessing pass, so there were multiple short gains around that result. But he'll settle for 3 yards at 2nd and 7 at the Pittsburgh 16-yard line. Defense guesses pass. It's off tackle to Javonte Williams again, and just a 1-yard pickup. Again, a good result on the defensive card, as it was a result of blocking back, and he was back there alone. So 3rd and 6, fast-moving game, back to pass. Drew Lock, incomplete. He was looking short to Jerry Jeudy, found a hole on the defensive card. 4th and 6 at the 15, and Brandon McManus is going to have to come in and punt here. And he kicks it wide. It was a 2 through 10 opportunity for a very good kicker, Brandon McManus, but he shanks it. The chippy is missed, and so the score stays 3-0. Pittsburgh now with the possession again at their own 22-yard line, 13:48 to go here in the second quarter. That's a big miss. There's a run to Najee Harris, and he, boom, hits the short gain on 7, 13 yards out to the 35-yard line. 1st and 10 for the Steelers. Coach Shibley and Coach Kukoff calling a quick game here. Here's a square out pass to Deontay Johnson. Result is receiver, and that's good, 6 yards. Deontay Johnson with 107 catches in real life last year, so you know he's going to find those opportunities to hit it, and he did. 2nd and 4. Pittsburgh at their 41. Let's go peek in on the Chargers game real quick. Chargers-Browns, 14-10 still. Browns are punting from the 50. With just 1:45 left in the first half, there's a 34-yard punt down to the 16. Fielded there by Andre Roberts. He'll fair catch it. So 90 seconds left in the first half at SoFi Stadium. Chargers come storming back in the second quarter with a couple of touchdowns. They lead 14-10 and take over 1st and 10 at their 16. Back to Pittsburgh now. We have a 4th and 3. Pittsburgh at their own 42. They are going for it. On 4th and 3 at their own 42, it's a square out. One linebacker's there. Deontay Johnson's the target. Linebacker in zone, and he capitalizes on the 0. It's an 11-yard pickup and a 1st down. There's a penalty against the Broncos. It's declined. So gutsy call by Coach Peter Shibley. With 11 minutes roughly left in the second quarter, down just 3-0. 4th and 3 at his own 43, I believe it was. And he gets the flat pass conversion across midfield. So 1st and 10 at the 47 now. And another flat pass, this time with 2 men there. And the defensive card results in an incompletion. So, and I said incompletion, but actually it's a loss of 3. Forced negative yardage completion to match the one linebacker column. I think most of you know what that is. So incomplete. And there's a flat pass to Freiermuth, result of receiver on wrong. I said Freiermuth, it's actually Najee Harris. 7 was the only incompletion. He hit it. So 3rd and 13 now for the Steelers at the 50. They're going to go sideline pass, and that's incomplete as well. So yet another Steelers drive is going to stall. 4th and 13 at the 50-yard line. They're going to punt it away, and that's going to roll into the end zone. So just under 10 minutes left here in Pittsburgh. Denver is taking over at their 20. 1st and 10. They're up 3-0. Let's go see how that first half ended here. We have a 3rd and 3 for the Chargers at their own 23. 4 wide receivers split out, spread formation. Defense is guessing pass, but it's a run up the middle. Austin Eckler and just a gain of 2, so not enough. That's going to make it 4th and 1. Chargers at their own 25. Anthony's as bold as they come, but I got to think he's punting here. 1:15 to go before half. Chargers up 14-10 at their own 25. It's 4th and 1. Now, I know Anthony doesn't like punting on 4th and 1, but he's doing it. We've got the punt formation. It's the right call, I think. Just never know with old Tangora. Here's a nice punt, 51 yards. That's going to be fielded at the 24-yard line there. Donovan Peoples-Jones, a nice return, 13 yards. And so Cleveland takes over at their own 37-yard line. They're still trailing 14-10. 1 minute, 7 seconds left here in the first half. Both teams have exactly 2 timeouts left. Chargers going to sit in the dime. Cleveland's going to stay in the blocking back formation. Chubb's back there. It's a free run play for Chubb, and it's going to be a pitch out. He'll take that shot. Cleveland rolling on the edge and just a pickup of 3 yards, and he does not get out of bounds. 2nd and 7 at the 40. Interesting play call there by the defense, tempting Chubb. I don't think that's a lack of confidence that Chubb can convert. I think he's excited about getting Chubb's carries up there. We'll see what Anthony says in the debrief. Chubb now 16 runs here in the first half for 72 yards. 45 seconds left as they went in the hurry up rather than call a timeout. 2nd and 7. Chargers defense will stay in the dime, blocking back formation offensively. Chubb is back there again. We'll see if he wants to take that free run, and he does. Off tackle draw. So we'll probably see a timeout this time as he's not going to obviously hit the edge and get out of bounds. But he's got a short gain on his card. He hits the 7, and Nick Chubb picks up 12. That's across midfield to the 48-yard line of the Chargers. I would think we're going to see a timeout here. It's 1st and 10 at the 48. And now it's 2nd and 10. He spikes the ball and keeps 2 timeouts. So 2nd and 10 at the 48-yard line of the Chargers. 30 seconds left, 2 timeouts. That may work out, but sometimes it doesn't. Sometimes you get out of bounds and you don't get opportunities to use those timeouts if you save them too long. So we'll see what happens here. Probably a good time to be looking at that Cleveland field goal kicker too, right? 2nd and 10 at the 48, blocking back formation. This time, Chargers are going to sit in the 3-4 rather than give away that free run. They're guessing pass defensively, but get another run. Pitch out to Chubb. And just a pickup of 3 yards. Does get out of bounds. That was on the defensive card. 22 seconds left. Still 2 timeouts. 3rd down and 7 at the 45-yard line. Field goal range goes all the way out to the 41. So if you exclude the variables, you would need another 4 yards. 3rd and 7. We'll see what he does. Blocking back formation is the offensive call. Coach Tangora is going to bring his Chargers up in a nickel defense, showing blitz. I think I might want to throw into that blitz. If I'm on offense, give me that short pass, and maybe I get into field goal range. And if not, maybe I get a dump that carries me the 4 yards to a field goal range, and who knows, maybe I get those crosshairs. Waiting on the offensive call here. 22 seconds left. Both teams 2 timeouts. Browns at the 45-yard line of the Chargers. Big 3rd and 7. Here's an off tackle to Chubb. Defense guessing pass. One linebacker there, so it's just a pickup of 4 yards. This will be interesting. 4th and 3 at the 41. That is the exact mark where the field goal range is. So let's see if he first calls the timeout. 22 seconds left before. He wouldn't spike it. He does call the timeout, but he calls timeout with 1 second left. So here comes a booming 58-yard field goal attempt. Chase McLaughlin, and it is no good. So that's going to take us to halftime here in SoFi. Chargers holding the halftime lead here at home, 14-10 over Cleveland Browns. Let's take a look real quick at a statistical debrief. Cleveland has outgained them 170 to 121. Chargers with 10 first downs to 8. Cleveland's owned the time of possession. Nick Chubb, 19 carries in the first half. Just 10 passes for Case Keenum. So interesting situation there. Let's go ahead and switch back now to the Pittsburgh game. We now have a 3-3 score here. 3:36 to go before halftime, tied at 3. Broncos, 2nd and 11 at their own 48-yard line. Two tight end formation. It's a run to Javonte Williams. Defense was guessing pass, but it's going to be a pickup of 7 yards. The onside tackle needed to be a 4, and he was. Nice block on the play by Garrett Bowles. And that's going to make a more manageable 3rd down and 4 for Denver at the Pittsburgh 45-yard line. 3 minutes left before halftime. These two teams barely have 200 yards of offense. Here's a slant to Eric Saubert, and it's going to be an interception split roll. It's incomplete. That was a possible interception on the defensive card. He missed it, but it's 4th and 4 at the Pittsburgh 45, and the Broncos are punting. No consideration of going for that, and it's a nice punt. Coffin corner out of bounds at the 9-yard line. So still tied 3-3. Pittsburgh's going to take over now. 1st and 10 at their own 9, 2:24 to go before halftime. Here's a hitch to Deontay Johnson and a 4-yard pickup on the defensive card. 2nd and 6. And that takes us to the 2-minute warning. Second half has not started in SoFi. We've got a coach saying goodnight to some kids. Everybody can support that. 3 wide receivers split out here on 2nd and 6. And it's a flare to Pat Freiermuth. Nobody's in the zone. Nice pickup. 13 yards, and Freiermuth gets out of bounds as well. 1st and 10, Steelers at the 26. Coach Peter Shibley picking the right time to dial up the little dump pass as the Broncos had the blitz. 3 wide receivers again, not just the deep eye. Square out this time to Deontay Johnson. And that's going to be a linebacker in zone and another short gain. 18 yards and a 1st down. He does not get out of bounds, but there's a penalty. Back it up. So back him up 10 yards. Steelers, huge penalty. 1st and 20 now at their 16. Here's another screen to Najee Harris, and this one's 10 yards. 6 on the white dice converts that one from 1 man to 0 men. And that sets up a 2nd and 10 at the 26. Now a minute 37 left. Coach Shibley dialing up the Steelers offense with Ben Roethlisberger targeting the zeros in the flat. And on 2nd and 10, here's an off tackle, Najee Harris, and boom, he's got the short gain on the defensive card. 13 yards and a 1st down. A nice run on 2nd and 10. Steelers out to the 39. Move the chains. 1:15 to go here in the 2nd quarter. 3 wide receivers. Here's another little dump pass. And it's 4 yards to Deontay Johnson, who's been busy. Deontay Johnson, a minute plus left to go here in the first half, has 9 catches for 50 yards. Might be time to start double teaming that receiver. 2nd and 6, Pittsburgh at their 43. Back to pass. He's looking deep. Ray McLeod is the target. Let's see what Roethlisberger does here on long pass right. Defense is also showing blitz, but he's flushed out of the pocket. Roethlisberger looking for another target. And let's see what he's got here. Oh, that's going to be a completion, but a minus yard. 1 yard loss on that play. Najee Harris. So that's going to set up 3rd and 7 at the 42 of the Steelers. 60 seconds left. 3 wide receivers split out on 3rd and 7 for Pittsburgh. Broncos showing the nickel. And here's a crossing pattern to Chase Claypool, and incomplete. That was a defender, Xer 15, and they happened to target the best defensive back. And so it was incomplete. That's going to result in a punt and a 42-yard punt return yards by Deontay Spencer. And with 45 seconds left, the Broncos take over at their 30-yard line. Got to think that Coach Kukafka might be a little bit conservative here, but he's back to pass looking short. Kendall Hinton is the target, but he's going to run with it. A must run going nowhere. He lost a yard on that play. Sack down by T.J. Watt. That's his second sack today. And there's a sneak to Drew Lock for 5 yards. That should run out the final seconds on of this first half, and it does. So into the first half here in Pittsburgh, Steelers and Broncos tied 3-3. TJ Watt with 2 sacks in this game. We're going to check the other one here in a second, but now I'm curious because the Browns and the Steelers are both playing right now in the games that we're watching. And these are the two teams, Browns and Steelers, that lead the USFFL in team sacks. And that's mostly on the strength of Myles Garrett and TJ Watt. TJ Watt has 2 sacks in this game. That gives him 9 on the year, which technically leads, it looks like. Myles Garrett had 6. So 9 for TJ Watt. Myles Garrett had 6. We're going to switch over now to Cleveland versus the Chargers. Still 14-10. Chargers, or I should say the Browns, have the ball. No sacks in the game. So TJ Watt, you just saw live here on USFFL Red Zone, has taken the lead in the USFFL with 9 sacks. Cleveland, the opening possession of the second half, they're down by 4, 14-10. There's an offside penalty, back them up. 2nd and 15. Now a short pass and complete, 12 yards to Jarvis Landry. Case Keenum now 7 of 12 for 83 yards. And that gets a much more manageable 3rd down and 3 for Cleveland at their own 47-yard line. It's now 8 o'clock, which means I could probably check on 2 more games that kicked off about 8 minutes ago. I'm impressed with how well this game's been handling the 2 I'm watching tonight. I don't know about adding in a 3rd one yet. We'll see. At some point, I definitely want to see what's going on Giants Cowboys. I think that's a huge game tonight. Both teams 3-1. 2 of our coaches that have been here the longest. Those 2 coaches have probably paid. I talked to these guys. I think they've played, 35 or 40 or more matchups. They've both been running these same 2 teams in this league in the same division for a couple of decades. To me, that's just an exciting match to watch those 2 guys go head to head when they're both 3-1. Big 3rd and 3 play here for Cleveland at their own 47. First drive of the second half. They're trailing by 4. Defense guessing pass for the Chargers. It's off tackle, and that's going to be a pickup of 6. As it went to the defensive card, searching the nose tackle, he needed to be a 6. Here's the thing about the Chargers line, they're all zeros. Another reason why you got to expect Cleveland going to run the heck out of the ball in this game. 1st and 10 now across midfield, like we said, at the Chargers' 47-yard line. Cleveland's 1-2-1, so a chance to even their record. Chargers, the only undefeated team in the AFC of the USFFL. Here's a run again to Dearness Johnson. He is keyed, and on the defensive card, it's going to be a pickup of 5 yards. That asks for the left guard's run block rating. And the Browns are stout, run blocking up the middle. So a 5-yard pickup there sets up 2nd and 5 at the 42 of Los Angeles. Blocking back formation, Kareem Hunt. Now in the eye, 3-4 blitz shown by the Chargers. And on 2nd and 5, back to pass. Case Keenum looking short to Rashad Higgins. Goes to the defensive card, and we've got that crosshair hit. That's a long gain. And let's see how far Higgins could go. Down to the 20, the 10, 5, touchdown, Cleveland. Case Keenum dials up the 10 receiver with the crosshair on it. These two coaches have been showing that safety up close all game, and Cleveland is the first to capitalize on it with a 42-yard touchdown reception. Case Keenum to Rashad Higgins. The extra point is good. And with 12 minutes to go here in the third quarter, Cleveland has assumed the lead here in Los Angeles, up 17-14. The ensuing kickoff taken inside the end zone and deep and returned. That is going to go. Andre Roberts hits the 3 on his card, and the answer from the Chargers coming right back with a touchdown of his own. 109 yards. I've seen Anthony turn away from that opportunity 9 yards deep and wondered, because sometimes I used to think, do I want to go at it 9 yards deep with a touchdown? He did, and he got it. Chargers back on top, 21-17, just like that. I think that's the second return of the season for a touchdown for this undefeated team. So the Chargers back by 4. Cleveland starting their next drive now, back at the 17-yard line, 11:24 to go. Huge turn of events there. You just saw Andre Roberts with his second touchdown on the season. You saw it live here. USFFL Red Zone. Back to Pittsburgh, 2nd down and 10. Quick out to Noah Fant, and that's going to be a completion for 5 yards, setting up a 3rd and 5. And I need to take a look here because it looks like, yeah, Pittsburgh did get a touchdown a little bit ago, a 9-yard touchdown pass, Roethlisberger to Deontay Johnson. And that has the Steelers up on top here, 10-3. Here's an off tackle. Javonte Williams just to pick up a 3 on his own card. Great opportunities to get the first down there, but he just missed it. And so at 4th and 2 from their 25, the Broncos are going to have to punt. Sam Martin booms a 51-yarder. Fair caught there. Steelers taking over at their 24-yard line. They're up 10-3, 7 minutes plus to go here in the third quarter. So the home teams were behind, but then they trailed. Here's a flat pass by Roethlisberger. That's complete. Najee Harris runs with that one, a pickup of 25 yards. He got snake eyes on receiver, and Najee Harris took advantage of that. 1st and 10 at their own 49. And now here's a 5-yard run by Najee Harris. Right up the middle on his card. 2nd and 5 now at the Denver 46-yard line. Najee Harris, 15 carries, 66 yards in this one. 2nd down and 5. Defense guesses run, but it's a short pass. Claypool's got it. 1st down to the 32-yard line of Denver. As the Steelers moving quickly back into Denver scoring territory. 6 minutes to go here. Square out to Deontay Johnson, attacking those 0 linebackers. Another yak opportunity, and Deontay Johnson with another good gain. 10 yards on that one. 11 catches in this game for Deontay Johnson. 1st and 10 at the Broncos, 22-yard line. 3 wide receivers split out. Here's a hitch to Deontay Johnson. That's the only zone with 1 linebacker, and that makes it an 8-yard pickup. It did go to the defensive card. Both flats were doubled, but Coach Shibley targeted the look-in zone. 1 man there, 6 on the white dice, makes it 0 men. He ends up with 8 yards. It's 2nd down and 2 at the 14-yard line into the red zone of the Broncos. Guesses run, another flat pass. Freiermuth for 6 and a 1st down to the 8-yard line. Roethlisberger busy, 24 of 31 for 186 and a touchdown in this game. Here's a pitch out on 1st and goal from the 8. Najee Harris around the end and just a gain of 3. That was an onside tackle opportunity for an 8-yard gain and a touchdown, but he wasn't a 6. 2nd and goal at the 6. Here's a run to Najee Harris and a pickup of 2 on his card on right. So 3rd and goal on the 4. 3 wide receivers, 2 running backs. Steelers trying to convert. Guesses of run on defense. Short pass. Deontay Johnson, touchdown Steelers. Deontay Johnson with his 13th catch of the game, his second touchdown. The extra point is up. And with 3:18 go here in the third quarter, the Steelers have put up a pair of touchdowns and have assumed command here at home against the Broncos, 17-3. And we are now adding Bruce to the stream. Hello, Bruce. How are we tonight?
Not too bad. How's it going?
Oh, real good. The Steelers have just taken control here on the Broncos, so we're going to switch over and see what's going on with my other game that it appears closed on me. It sure did. But I definitely want to bring that one back up, so let's do that. And I'll be wanting to switch to that. We do have, yeah, actually, now that I think about it, let's go ahead and get this one back up because it was close. Are you watching any of the games yourself right now, Bruce? Let's see. Los Angeles, Cleveland.
I'm gonna go watch the Dallas and the Giants game.
Yeah, I'll be switching to that here shortly for sure. That's the main one that I want to feature tonight for sure. Come on now. We are going to close this one. Or try to. Let's see. Do it down here. All right, so let's stick here for a second. Looks like the Chargers have put up 2 more touchdowns, and they've taken a 28-17 lead here at home. Browns have the ball. Chubb has been piling up carries as they continue to try to take advantage of a very porous run defense here for the Chargers. That's not what I'm looking for. Yep, Chubb is 21 carries for 100. Exactly. So he's hit the century mark. And on 2nd and 5, here's a run to Ernest Johnson. Defense is guessing pass. It's an opportunity for sure on the Ernest card. And boom, he's got one of those many short gains in the center of that card. Ernest Johnson drops a 17-yard run here across midfield. And halfway through the third quarter, Browns have it 1st and 10 at the Chargers' 45-yard line. They'll stay in that blocking back formation with the Ernest Johnson as the tailback. And they're going off tackle again. Caught Anthony and the Chargers guessing pass again. This time it's just a 1-yard pickup on the defense. Defensive card of 6 with a linebacker there. And that's going to make it 2nd and 9. These schemes moving fast tonight. We're going to get another one queued up here in just a second. And I think we're going to do probably one more check on that Denver-Pittsburgh game to see if it got any closer. And then we're going to start switching over to our main game. Here's a short pass to a double-team receiver. Good call by the Chargers as they've double-teamed Harrison Bryant. And incomplete. He actually ended up rolling receiver on the defensive card with 4 men there, but did not get the split roll. Nevertheless, that's going to set up a 3rd and 9 for Cleveland. Tough situation at the Chargers' 44. Let's check a couple things here. 3 wide receivers are going to split out here. Yep, we got full screen, just making sure on that. 3 wide receivers split out. Chargers going to show the nickel. Not showing blitz this time, which we have seen. In fact, that was the last touchdown for Cleveland, came on a crosshair. Here's a pass or a run to Chubb, and it's a good one, but there's a holding call against Cleveland. So that was a gain of 20 on Chubb's card, but it's wiped away on a holding penalty. The containment was going to hold it to a 7-yard gain, but the penalty makes it 3rd and 19 for Cleveland at their own 46. Plenty of time left here. They're down by 11, 6:54 to go in the third quarter. And on 3rd and 19, Chargers going to operate out of the dime, blocking back with Chubb back there. Anthony's not been afraid to run the dime against, offering free runs to Nick Chubb. We'll see if Coach Tom Veltri wants to give Chubb a shot here, and he does. It's an off-tackle draw. Looking for the run on Chubb's card. It goes to the defensive card, but a split roll of 15 yards. So 2 through 11 is all he needed. He got it. It's a 15-yard run, and so Coach Veltri's got a choice here. 4th and 4 now at the 39 of the Chargers. That actually is in range for this kicker, but it's just a 2 through 6. And trailing by 11, I think the right call is to go for it, and that's what Tom's going to do. So a big play here in this game. Chargers up 28-17. Defense for the Chargers trying to get a stop here. 4th and 4 for the Browns. Blocking back formation. Chubb in the eye. He already has 22 carries in this one. 3-4 formation by the defense, showing blitz. The entire defensive front line is zeros. We'll see if he wants to attack that with a run. See if the Chargers, we might be guessing run here to stop that. There aren't many teams you'd guess run in this situation, but you got to look at Chubb and consider it. The safety has creeped up, showing blitz. It's a run to Chubb, and he's keyed right up the middle on his card, going nowhere, and a holding penalty on Cleveland to boot. So I assume that'll be declined by Anthony, and that'll be a turnover on downs. So a good stop by the Chargers defense, and they'll take over. 6 minutes to go here in the third quarter. They're up 28-17 and have the ball. So let's go ahead and see what's going on with Denver-Pittsburgh one more time, see if that's turned into a game. It was getting close down to the end. And then we're going to be going to where Bruce wants us to go, and who can blame him? Our main event tonight, in my mind, Giants and Cowboys. When last we left, Steelers were leading here 10-3 in a defensive battle. Looks like we've had a touchdown apiece. We have reached, and this is a shout out to Dennis Young, I'm looking at you. We have reached the witching hour, where wins become losses and losses become wins. 12 minutes to go here in the fourth quarter. Pittsburgh is up 17-10. Broncos have the ball. 1st and 15 at their own 40-yard line. Here's an off tackle against a pass defense. Javonte Williams on his card, and that's good news. Short gain on the 9. Javonte Williams with a good split roll. That would have been a 19-yard gain, but they're calling a dead ball foul on the defense. A neutral zone infraction wipes away that run. But we'll get those 5 yards back, and it's 1st and 10 now. Denver at their 45-yard line. Let's take a look at the touchdowns in a second here that we missed. This game moving really fast. Here's a little dump pass and a 4-yard loss. Noah Fant brought down behind the line of scrimmage. And that's 2nd and 14 now for Denver. It was 17-3 when Deontay Johnson caught yet another touchdown pass. He had 13 receptions in this game before that touchdown. So who knows what he's got now on that. And then Melvin Gordon at the end of the third quarter, a 13-yard touchdown run to bring it back to within a 1-score game. Here's 2nd and 14, and there's a run going nowhere. 2 linebackers in the zone. It went to the defensive card. Javonte Williams struggling today, 10 carries, 29 yards. And that's 3rd down and 14 for the Broncos. They're at their own 41. They'll show 3 wide receivers, and they're dialing up deep to Jerry Jeudy. He is double teamed, though, and that's incomplete. One away from the automatic interception. Good call by Coach Shibley, and that's going to force a punt from the 41. Not a real good one. 36-yard punt. And fair caught there at the 23-yard line. So just over 10 minutes to go here in Pittsburgh. Steelers still holding on to a 7-point lead against Denver, and they take over at their 23. And here's a hitch to Deontay Johnson. As I told you, he's been busy, and there's a 15-yard pickup. Receiver result on his card. 15 receptions now for 109 yards, 2 receptions. At some point, I keep waiting for Coach Kukafa to bust out double teams on this guy. They're not doing it now, and it's a deep ball to him. Incomplete. So Coach Shibley dialed up the long ball with nobody in the zone and got to the defensive card like he wants, but rolled the interception split, misses it. It's 2nd and 10 now. Pittsburgh at their 38. They're going to flip to a screen. They're attacking those zero linebackers again. Yak opportunity for Najee Harris, and he's got himself a 9-yard pickup, just a little short. And so Pittsburgh is now set up 3rd and short, 3rd and 1 at their own 47. Roethlisberger, a good game here so far, 30 of 39 for 268 and a pair of tutties. On 3rd and 1, blocking back formation, Freiermuth in front of Najee Harris. Broncos will bring out the 3-4. And here's an off tackle, Najee Harris, and he's got it. That's a 2-yard pickup on 3rd and 1. It went to the defensive card with a linebacker there. And trust me when I tell you, those results are not that promising, but Najee gets it done. Move the sticks. And the Steelers have it 1st and 10 at their 49. Here's another run to Najee Harris on his card, pickup of just a yard. Good call by the defense. They were looking for the run there. Brought down by Draymond Jones. It's 2nd down and 9. Steelers with a 7-point lead, under 8 minutes to go. They're trying to run this clock out. Here's a flare to Pat Freiermuth. 2 men in the zone, so incomplete. And here's a big, big play. 3rd down and 9 for the Steelers, right at the 50-yard line. Exactly half the 4th quarter left to go. 3 wide receivers split out. Deontay Johnson in the slot. The Broncos are going to set up here in the dime defense. They're showing blitz. 30 completions now on the game for Roethlisberger. Here's a square out to Deontay Johnson, and the result is receiver. It's going to be a 7-yard pickup. It's not enough, and it's 4th and 2 at the Denver 43, and the Steelers are going for it. Our reigning champion. I'm going to have to get up here. I'm going to try to keep calling this game, but I'm going to need a cough drop, and I might be back to talk in just a little bit. Big 4th and 2 coming up. Down 4th and 2, a big look-in pass is converted to Chase Claypool. Steelers in great shape now, 1st and 10 at the 33. Here's a hitch to Deontay Johnson. He rolls the interception possibility on the quarterback card, but he doesn't get the interception. In fact, it's a 2-yard completion. So 2nd and 8 on Deontay Johnson's 17th reception. And there's a 1-yard run, and that sets up a 3rd and 9. So another 3rd and long for the Steelers. This time they're at the 32, 5:06 to go. From here, they're already in 2-9 and 12. The field goal really does a lot for them. Here's a little flat pass to Ray McLeod. Pickup of 6. So 4th down and 3. Here comes a field goal attempt. Boswell drills it. And the Steelers take a 10-point lead, 20-10. 3:54 to go. Broncos need 2 scores in under 4 minutes. They have all 3 timeouts. And they're coming right out with a deep ball. Looking long to Tim Patrick. Flushed out of the pocket, though. So we're looking for another target, and he's got one. Nice pickup. There's 10 yards running for the out-of-bounds line and getting there is Jerry Jeudy. His second catch, 1st and 10, Denver at their 25-yard line. Now a hitch across the middle to Cortland Sutton, and nothing doing. Incomplete, a failed yak opportunity, 2nd down and 10. Broncos need 2 scores, so they need to move fast. Defense in the nickel, 3 wide receiver formation. Drew Lock looking for Sutton again, throwing short, but he's flushed out of the pocket, looking for another opportunity here. And that's going to be a 7-yard completion. He got 0 men in zone on an offensive card, so 7's not your best best result there. Does set up a manageable 3rd down and 3. Here's a run to try to convert, and Javonte Williams, unless there's containment, let's see. There is not. That's a pickup of 16 yards for Javonte Williams. That's out to the 48-yard line and a 1st down. 2:06 to go. Back to pass is Locke. He's looking for Tim Patrick. Short pass is incomplete. Pass interference, though. So we've reached the 2-minute warning here in Pittsburgh. Steelers still holding on to a 10-point lead. But the Broncos are 1st and 10 at the Steelers' 35-yard line. McManus has a good long leg. How soon do you want to kick that field goal if you want to consider that? To leave more time. Here's a quick out to Noah Fant. He's double teamed. But on the quarterback card, we've got an opportunity here, and it's incomplete. Another situation where the yak yardage didn't help out at all there. Matter of fact, I stand corrected. That's a 1-yard loss. Noah Fant lost a yard on that double team play. And Denver burns its first time out as he fails to get out of bounds. So 1:52 left. Denver with 2 timeouts. 2nd 11 at the 36-yard line. 3 wide receivers splitting out. Steelers going to hold in the 3-4 base defense. Drew Lock 18 of 32 in this game, and he's looking long here. Nobody is in the zone, and it's incomplete. Peter Shipley dialed up an empty long pass zone for him, and that was complete for what would have been a touchdown, most likely, on 2 through 4, 11 and 12, but he did miss it, and it's 3rd and 11 at the 36. Again, Denver, even from right here, is a 2 through 6, 11 and 12 field goal opportunity. Here's a button hook on 3rd and 11 to Javonte Williams, and incomplete. It was linebacker in zone. 4 was the linebacker, 4 was the roll. So 4th and 11 at the 36. McManus is going to set up here for the kick. He's got to have it, and it is just good inside the upright. A 53-yarder rolls a 6 on a 2 through 6, 11 and 12. So Denver now trails by just 7 with 90 seconds to go and 2 timeouts. Here's the onside. No good. There's a penalty, however. The penalty was on the Broncos, though. So 1:22 to go. Steelers up by 7. 1st and 10 at at the Denver 46-yard line. Defense gets his run. It's a hitch to who else? Deontay Johnson. And he's got it. That's a 1st down. Deontay Johnson, his 18th catch in this game for 129 yards. They're now 1st and 10 at the Denver 35. Denver calls their 2nd timeout, down to their final timeout. Roethlisberger's going to go ahead and take a knee. Denver calls their last timeout. So I don't think he can. No, maybe he can knee out the whole clock here. Let's see. Yeah, I think he can. Yep, 22 seconds left here on 3rd and 12. Victory formation is official. And so your final score here from Pittsburgh, Steelers hold on to beat the Denver Broncos. Your final score, the Steelers 20, the Broncos 13. Broncos fall to 3 and 2 in the AFC West. I believe that ties with the Raiders and the Chiefs only if the Chiefs win tonight. Pittsburgh Steelers improved to 2 and 3, so a much needed win for the Steelers, and the defense, or I should say the division, is kind of open there in the AFC North, even at 2 and 3. So we could get the stats on this, but let's not. We've got other games. Feel free to drop on broadcast for very brief debrief. No pressure. We'll see if either of them want to pop in. No big deal if they don't. Let's go ahead and close this game. 20-13. Steelers on top. All right, let's see if we can figure out what's going on. We're going to get to the other one. Are they really? Here we are. Let's see. We're catching up. I'm going to start getting that Giants game queued up here because that's definitely the one that I'm ready to see.
Yeah, I've been watching that one.
How we doing? What's our score there?
It is 10-3 for the Giants. The Giants just scored after a fumble punt.
Ooh, I've seen, I think, a fumble punt 3 times tonight. I had 2 muffed punts before you just announced that one. We also saw live action with TJ Watt taking over the USFFL lead in sacks. Dallas and Giants. And here we are, live action, second quarter from the Jerry Dome. Giants on top 10-3. And a penalty is going to back them up. So 2nd and 12 for the Cowboys at their own 23, trailing by 7. Trying just to get to the end of this one. We're just going to have to close out of that. Yeah, every now and then we have this problem. Let's try it once here. Well, I wish I knew which one's which. We're going to try that one. How about that? We look good there. And on 3rd and 7, there's an 8-yard completion. Well done, Dak Prescott. Gets the completion, and it's 1st and 10, Cowboys at their 36-yard line. Okay. Here's a run up the middle to Corey Clement. Just a 2-yard gain. Anytime I see that, and it's not a main running back, it makes me wonder. We're in that part of the season. And no, there is no overusage for the 2 main running backs, Ezekiel Elliott and Tony Pollard. Dallas is missing Amari Cooper, Terrence Steele, and Randy Gregory. Kenny Golladay is out for the Giants.
Yeah, Cooper just went out in this game with injury.
Oh, did he? He went out in this game?
Yeah, just in this game.
Okay. Give me a second here. I'm going to take off my jacket.
The Giants have had a couple breaks. They drove down the field and hit the 2-7, 11 or 12 interception on the Dallas defense cards, but came out with an incompletion, so they were lucky and kicked a field goal. And then Dallas fumbled the punt, as I mentioned, and they scored short.
All right. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Excellent. I had to take a short break there. All right. So it looks like that drive ended for the Cowboys with a punt. The Giants are dialing up deep here. Must run, though, forced out of the pocket. And just a 3-yard gain there for Daniel Jones. 2nd down and 7. Bruce, you got to have a vested interest in this game, especially after what I heard was a pretty big upset in your prior game.
You were there.
Oh, that's right. I did see that game. In fact, I kind of remember losing it.
Exactly.
Well done to you again, buddy. 1-yard run as Saquon Barkley doesn't exactly hit his best number. 3rd down and 6, Giants at their own 28. Looks like we just had a spectator join. Not the broadcast per se, but the game, which is just fine. I had a coach suggest that maybe we just have people watch the broadcast, but I like the idea that people can choose to be on the broadcast if they want, but they can also choose to just grab that game number, watch it on their own. Here's a quick out to Kyle Rudolph, and just a 4-yard gain. He had an opportunity with 0 men on the defensive card, but got the result of receiver, wasn't able to convert, and it's 4th and 2 Giants at their own 32. They're going to punt that ball away. There's a 47-yard punt. Fielded at the 21-yard line there. And Cedric Wilson's going to get a modest 6-yard return. And Dallas will take over at their 27-yard line. I need to see real quick about other game. I'm going to check this game summary just to see if I get a final from the LA Cleveland. I don't. I wonder if that, I got to think that game is over, but Bruce, is there any chance you could peek in on that game if you're still there? If not, it's no big deal.
No, I'm just watching the Dallas game.
Okay.
What do you want me to look at?
I'm curious if the Chargers game is over. The Chargers versus Browns. If it's not over, I want to jump and catch the ending. And if it is over, I want to catch at least part of that Dolphins game, although I intend to keep this as the primary. A 1-yard loss on a run by Ezekiel Elliott, followed by an incompletion. And Dallas now 3rd and 11 at their own 26. Halfway through the second quarter here. Giants on top 10-3. Both teams are 3-1 in the NFC East. Here's a short pass to Cedric Wilson. Two receivers are double teamed, but Wilson's not one of them. And he gets the 11 yards he needs exactly. First down for the Cowboys. Good play. Matter of fact, that would have been complete even if it was double team.
Chargers are up 28-17 with 8 minutes left in that game.
There's still 8 minutes left in the game? Wow.
Yeah.
All right.
And Chargers have the ball.
All right. If that tightens up, let me know. So red zone can catch the finish. 1st and 10. Here's an off-tackle run to Zeke Elliott. And it's going to be no gain. The guard needed to be a 6 rated run blocker. He's only a 5. So 2nd down and 10 it is. Blocking back formation. Elliott stays in. And here's a screen to Elliott. There's a man in the zone. Incomplete. Linebacker only needed to be a 4, and he was. The other flat would have been a short gain, but that's an incompletion. Prescott now just 6 of 12 for 70 yards. He's got the pick. And now he's staring at a 3rd and 10 at his own 37. To pass looking short this time to Dalton Schultz, and he's got him again, 12 yards. First down. Back 3rd down completions, 3rd and long completions for Dak Prescott. He does have one of the better short pass cards in the set. Out near midfield now, 1st and 10 at the 49. Here's a deep ball, and that's going to be a penalty. That's going to be a 5-yard dead ball penalty backing it up. Would have wiped away a long pass completion there, it looks like, beating the defender. But 1st and 15 here. Dallas now at their own 44-yard line. As I said, both teams 3-1. Here's a quick slant over the middle to the tight end, Dalton Schultz. And that's going to be a pick of 4, making it 2nd down and 11. Three turnovers here in the first half. Both teams have lost a fumble, and Dak Prescott has thrown the game's only interception. Zeke Elliott in the deep eye. Blocking back formation, 3-4 shown here by the Giants. There's an off-tackle run. Zeke Elliott. He's got a nice pickup on the defensive card, called a short gain and 14 yards. And that's down to the Giants' 38-yard line, 1st and 10. Zeke Elliott before that play, 9 carries for 14 yards. Gets 14 more on that one. Now 10 carries, 28, just a 2.8 average. Giants stiff on the run defense tonight. There's a short pass call. CeeDee Lamb is receiver. And he's got it. That's a complete of 16 yards and a 1st down, but he fumbles it. It is on the ground, and the Giants have recovered. The Cowboys have committed their 3rd turnover of the first half. There is a penalty, however, and it's a hold against the Giants, so hold the phone. That wipes away the turnover. 5-yard penalty and an automatic 1st down wipes away the receiver fumble. And the Cowboys get another chance here. 1st and 10 at the 33 of New York. 2 tight end formation as Blake Jarwin comes in the game. Here's a run off tackle. Ezekiel Elliott. Giants were looking run, and there's nothing doing. 0 on his card. 2nd and 10. Under 4
Chargers
minutes
just
to go.
scored a field goal to go up 31-17 with about 3 minutes left in that game.
So 2 touchdown lead, 3 minutes to go.
Yeah.
I appreciate the update, Bruce. Sounds to me like there probably will not be a need to go back to that one. I saw Cleveland take a lead early in the 3rd quarter, catching the crosshairs on a short pass and getting a nice 40-something yard touchdown pass to go on top. And immediately, touchdown kickoff return by the Chargers to go right back out on top, and I don't think he ever looked back. There's a flat pass receiver and a 10-yard pickup on that play. So 2nd and 10 now, a 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 23-yard line as Dak Prescott connects for the first time with CeeDee Lamb. .318 to go here in the first half. Dallas driving for what they hope will be a tying touchdown. Here's a screen to Ezekiel Elliott. And it's going to be a yak opportunity, and Zeke's got a good return, a good run there. That's a 13-yard pickup and a 1st down. Into the red zone, down to the Giants' 11-yard line, 1st and 10. Here comes the 14th play of the drive. It's a pitch out to Tony Pollard and a 5-yard pickup down to the 6. So 2nd and 5 Cowboys at the 6-yard line of New York. 2 tight end formation, 3-4 defense shown by the Giants. Back to passes Prescott. Defense has got the blitz coming on. They're going to get past that and throw it, and that's intercepted in the end zone. Dak Prescott on the defensive card gets the split roll 2 through 5 and hits the number. So that's a huge interception. They already had a turnover wiped away on this drive by a Giants penalty. Now an interception in the end zone. Prescott's 2nd. Dallas has 3 turnovers now to just 1 for the Giants. Giants still on top 10-3. And at the 2-minute warning, they take over at their own 20-yard line. Turnovers are killers. Here's a tackle run to Devontae Booker, and that's a nice pickup, 9 yards, setting up a 2nd and 1. Both teams letting the clock run here. 2nd and 1, Giants at their 29. They'll stay in the 2 tight end formation. Dallas dropping back into a nickel. Once again, an off-tackle run to Devontae Booker. Defense was looking past, so it's an opportunity to pick up some yardage here. And Booker hits the short gain on his card and the double ones. That's a 20-yard run up the middle. That's up near midfield. Devontae Booker sets him up 1st and 10. Giants at their own 49-yard line. And it looks like we're in the hurry-up offense now. Both teams still have 3 timeouts. 2 tight ends on the field for the Giants. Defense in the nickel for the Cowboys. This time the defense guesses run, and it's Booker again. But it goes to the defensive card, a 6-yard pickup, but wipe it away on a penalty and back him up, holding on the Giants. So that backs them all the way up to their own 39-yard line, 1st down and 20. Three penalties apiece in this game. 3 wide receivers split out for the Giants. Cowboys in the nickel. And Daniel Jones back looking to pass. He's looking short to Evan Ingram on the defensive card. A split opportunity, incomplete. There is a penalty, and that's an offsides against Dallas. So they'll get 5 yards back from that on the penalty. And now with 60 seconds left in the first half, it's 1st and 15, Giants from their own 44. Field goal will be big here to extend to a 2-score lead. Here's an off-tackle run against a pass defense. Saquon Barkley going out to his left just to pick up a 2 yards on the defensive card. So still behind the 6 sticks here at 2nd and 13. Giants are going to use their first timeout. Three wide receiver formation now for the G-men. Dallas in the nickel. And here's a sideline pass out to the right. You're looking at Sterling Shepard here. And he gets the number. That's a short gain on Daniel Jones' card on the 3. And that's a 14-yard completion. He does not get out of bounds. It's down to the 40-yard line of Dallas. I'm anticipating a timeout here. Let's see what he does. And it does not appear so. Coach McLean's going to eschew that timeout for a hurry-up offense. Now 30 seconds left here before halftime. 1st and 10. Giants at the Dallas 40. I said Coach McLean. That's actually Coach Kaplan with the choice there. And here's a run off tackle. Defense guesses run. And that doesn't matter. That's a 15-yard run. Good call by Coach McLean, but that went to the defensive card. There was a box there, and Saquon Barkley capitalized on that for a 15-yard run. Timeout Giants. Now their only timeout left. They have 1 timeout left, 22 seconds. 1st and 10 at the Dallas 25-yard line. That's already 2 through 10 field goal range. Good range on this kicker, so he can take some chances here offensively if he wants to try to navigate these final 22 seconds into the end zone. Let's see what Coach Kaplan has in mind. He does split out 3 wide receivers. Here's a dump pass flat out there to Kadarius Toney. Daniel Jones on his card sets up a yak opportunity and nothing doing. Matter of fact, that's going to lose 2 yards. He does get out of bounds. 2nd and 12 at the 27. 15 seconds left here in the first half. So time for one, maybe two more plays, depending. 3 wide receivers split out for the Giants. Back to pass, looking at Sterling Shepard, and he's got him 10 yards. He does not get out of bounds, so probably going to need to use his timeout here on 3rd and 2. It's either that or spiking the ball for the field goal. So he calls his last timeout. So 3rd and 2 at the 17 of Dallas. Giants are setting up for a field goal with 8 seconds left. Chippy 2 through 10 opportunity, and Graham Gano barely sneaks it in to the right upright. Got the 10, but it's good. And with 1 second left here, the Giants take a 13-3 lead on the road here. So we'll presume the onside kick. I am going to be switching. And it looks like we're adding Anthony to the stream. I'm going to switch to the last game here as well. Welcome, Anthony. Congratulations on your win. What was the final score?
35 or 34-17, I think. Was the final.
5-0. The Chargers continue to roll in the AFC West. And in case you're curious, the Broncos got beat by 7 points, 20-13 against the Steelers.
Yeah, I saw that pop up. Did you cover that one?
I've been covering all of them, so yes, I did.
So was that a close one down to the end, or did?
Yeah, fairly. The Steelers did take a 17-3 lead, but there was still quite a bit of time left when the Broncos made it 17-10. That was extended to 20-10. Broncos needed 2 scores with about 4+ minutes to go. They managed to get the field goal, but they could not capitalize beyond that. The onside kick did not come through.
Mm-hmm. That guy.
We may not be able to finish the Dolphins-Bucks game. We'll just have to see. Actually, they're already close to halftime here. Looks like the Dolphins are in field goal range, trailing 10-7. So let's stay here at least for this play, because it's 3rd and 7 for Miami at the 16 of Tampa. So they've got a field goal to tie opportunity, but still have an opportunity to get in the end zone. Let's see what happens here. Blocking back formation, Myles Gaskins, the tailback. And the Bucks are going to show the nickel. Bucks coached by Vince Trevelpiece as he's transitioned to his new team this year, and Dolphins returning coach Tony Telleria. And on 3rd and 7, it's a draw. Myles Gaskins is going to try to get it on the ground, and he doesn't. Just a 2-yard run. He had an opportunity on the onside end to get exactly the +7 he needed, but and couldn't make the block. And here comes a field goal try from the 14-yard line. It should be about a 31-yard field goal. Jason Sanders should be chippy on that, 2 through 11. He nails it. And with 37 seconds to go before halftime, Florida team's tied up 10-10. Let's head back to the Jerry Dome and see what's going on there.
Have you been able to maintain multiple games?
I have most of the night. Certainly the first 2 games I was shuttling back and forth with ease. But it has not been quite as simple since then. In fact, I've been having to close a game that locks like this through the task manager, which is a little difficult because I'm not sure necessarily which one I'm closing all the time.
Right, exactly.
But we're about to find out. Here we go. Looks like I think I closed the wrong one, which is live. So, Anthony, I'm going to go ahead and get set up for these games again. Why don't you tell us just a brief 2-minute summary on what happened in your game?
Well, got out to it was a story of 2 games. There was the first quarter, and then there was the last 3 quarters. And really all that ties to the dice. The first quarter, nothing was going right for the Chargers. Any drive I had was getting crushed by holding penalties, at least 2 of them. And then, interceptions, that's, short pass guessed right sort of stuff. So then a punt return fumble by the Chargers. It was just an onslaught. And
I also saw he took the lead on you, I think in the early third quarter, opening drive of the third
Oh,
quarter.
yeah.
He drives down, takes the lead, and then you come right back. I think that's the second time this year I've seen somebody score to take a lead on you, and then you come right back with this touchdown return.
Yeah, Andre Roberts came back. But the question that first quarter is how big of a hole it's going to be. I think all of us, should never get down when the dice don't roll with you in the first quarter. It's a long game, So, and that's exactly what happened. Only was down 10 points. So, we got through that. Really was a tough storm. But only got through it with 10 points. And then Tom took an onslaught the rest of 3 quarters. And yes, it was the Andre Roberts return for a touchdown, but it was also big short passing. I mean, he was just throwing blanks on short passing, right or wrong. He must have hit my interception split 4 times, maybe half those times guessed wrong. Didn't get INTs, but just couldn't complete a short pass. And sure, I mean, the Cleveland
and you need that to offset
Yeah.
the way you want to run the ball in that team.
Mm-hmm. And the Andre Roberts touchdown return, like you said, gave the Chargers the lead for good early in the third quarter. But really, also what it did is it hampered Cleveland's offense because that team, Chubb had over 20 carries in the first half. So all of a sudden, he found himself with the ball again, starting over, right? And now Chubb's fatigued early in the third. You've got Dearness Johnson getting close to fatigue early in the third. That return really hurt Tom on more than just the scoreboard because it just hemmed him in on offense. Where his carries, I mean, he's going to lose Chubb next week probably as a result of that. He's going to lose. He might lose others. I don't know. He ran so many plays, just so many plays.
Yeah, so, I saw he was winning the time of possession big time.
Yeah. Yep. So after the Roberts TD he had a nice long drive, must have been 15, 18 plays. Got down to my 3. He got a penalty as he was getting throughout those final 3 quarters, left and right penalties on him. And he went from a first and goal at like the 3 to missing a field goal from the 13, and got nothing out of a 7-minute drive when the score was 11-point difference. So he was about to make it a 1-score game, and he got just shunned by the dice, just shunned. Tough luck by Tom. At that point, up 2 scores, fourth quarter, LA just went into cruise control from that point. So yeah, he got crushed those last 3 quarters.
There we go. All right. So, and thanks for that recap. I saw a lot of it. I think I kind of broke away quite a bit once you went up 28-17. Kind of looked like you had it in control. Bruce kind of helped me keep an eye on it. But congratulations on that win, 5-0. It's a great start, Anthony.
Thank you. Sniper scope was hitting tonight. That's for sure. If you saw that.
Yeah. Did it hit for you too? I saw Cleveland get that touchdown on you with it.
Yeah, I got a long gain, not on Sniper though, just on Herbert's car. But that brings up a good point too, though. He hit one to Harrison Bryant, and I'm going to blitz more when I'm at home. I'm just going to do it because those long gain charts are not going to hurt you that bad. He got a Sniper. Harrison Bryant only got 30 yards on it. It brought him to the Chargers 45, and he ended up having to punt. Actually didn't. The Sniper, when you're at home, there's a chance it doesn't cost you.
There's a big dump pass over the middle for 23 yards. Nice run on that play by Dalton Schultz. Cowboys still trailing by 10 here in the third quarter. 1st and 10 now across midfield at the Giant 44. There's a 1-yard loss on first down to Ezekiel Elliott around the end. So 2nd down and 11. As we said, both these teams tied at 3-1. I think we're still waiting for the second half to start down in Florida. And Harlan's dialing up the deep ball here against a pass defense, throwing long and incomplete. Rolled an 8 on his card. 9 and 10 were the completions, so close. Not quite enough. Sets up a 3rd and long, 3rd down and 11, and the aforementioned good short pass card from Dak Prescott might need to be tapped into here. Giants up 13-3. Here's a short pass to a double-teamed receiver, and incomplete. It was the linebacker double-teaming him, so he had a shot at receiver. But CeeDee Lamb could not bring it in, so incomplete. There is a injury on that play to Adoree Jackson. That's going to be one of the secondary pieces. A right cornerback 6 for the Giants. So the Giants are losing their only 6th defender for a couple of games here. Big injury there for Scott Kaplan and the Giants. That's the bad news. The good news is they've held Dallas here. 4th down and 16 at the 50. The Cowboys are punting, and they're going to coffin corner that one nicely out of bounds at the 9. So 7:48 to go here in the third quarter from Dallas. Home team trailing as the Giants are on top 13-3. They take over, the Giants do, at their own 9-yard line. They'll come out in a blocking back formation with Barkley. And they're going to run it off tackle. And 6-yard pickup on the defensive card. Sets up a 2nd and 4, Giants at the 15. Dallas has outgained them 171-154 in this game so far. But turnovers. Both teams with a fumble, but Dak with 2 interceptions. So a 2 turnover advantage helping the Giants to this 10-point lead. Barkley the tailback here on 2nd and 4. Defense guesses run successfully again. Once again off tackle to Barkley. This time on his own card. It's a pickup of 3. Not quite enough for the first down. Sets up a 3rd and 1 at the 18. Giants will bring in the second tight end here. And Devontae Booker, the 3rd down back, comes out. Cowboys showing a 4-3. Here's an end run to the quarterback, Jones, and he is keyed. Great call and nothing doing for it. He still got 2 yards. I don't think I've ever seen this. That is an end run to the quarterback, keyed successfully. I guess, though, because there's no linebacker in the zone, it converted it to right, and that's the difference. And on end run right, you're still not going to get good very often, but Daniel Jones picks up 2, and on 3rd and 1, that's a huge play. Move the chains, 1st and 10 at the 20. Here's a screen now to Devontae Booker, and incomplete. Booker with an opportunity to beat a linebacker there. But Leighton Vander Esch had the 4 rating he needed to break that play up. 2nd down and 10. Two tight end formation for the offense. Dallas going to sit in the nickel. Dallas going to guess run defense, and it is indeed a run to Devontae Booker. That's a 1-yard loss. Good call by Harlan McClain there, saving a 5-yard pickup. That would have made it a much more manageable 3rd down, as it is 3rd and 11 at their 19. The Giants behind the sticks. Daniel Jones, 10 of 15 on the day, just 79 yards passing. He's got 3 wide receivers split out. Darius Slayton in the slot. Jones in the shotgun, Barkley beside him. He's back to pass, and he's looking at Slayton from that slot position, throwing short, and he's got it, 11 yards. Daniel Jones hits the 9 on his card. That's a plus 11. Right, wrong, and indeed his double team number. And he gets exactly the 11 yards he needs, moves the sticks, and the Giants have a 1st and 10 at their own 30. Action resumed now down in Florida. 10-10 tie in the early 3rd quarter between the Dolphins and the Buccaneers. That was an attempted deep ball from Daniel Jones to Sterling Shepard, and it's pass interference on Dallas, but the Giants declined the penalty, it says. That seems mysterious to me. 1st and 10.
No, they accepted the penalty.
I thought so too. It has to be because it's 1st and 10, but you see here it says decline, so a little odd. Now it says accepts. Oh, it's a face mask that's accepted. I was a play behind is all. So we now have the Giants in Dallas territory. So this is Harlan's a little behind the 8 ball here. Cowboys are at home. They're down by 10 points, late third quarter. Giants moving the ball, 1st and 10 at the Dallas 30. Here's a quick slant over the middle, attacking a zero linebacker to Kyle Rudolph, and incomplete. Would have been a negative play, but not on a look in. Sets up a 2nd down and 10. From the 2 tight end formation, it's another quick slant. This time there's 2 men in the zone, and it's picked off. Great call by Coach Harlan McLean. Doubles up that look-in zone. Not going to let him do it to him back-to-back. And he's got that interception and a big one. DeMonte Casey steps in front of it. Pass was intended for the tight end, Evan Ingram. And that'll close that turnover gap as Dallas takes over now. 3:54 in the third to go here in the third quarter. Down by 10. Dallas takes over at their 38. Big interception there. Time of possession slightly favoring the Giants at this point. And here's a square out. Look, targeting Cedric Wilson. And we've got an interception split roll and incomplete. Dak almost gave it right back. Dak really struggling in this game, actually. 11 of 21. Only 131 yards, 2 interceptions. So give Coach Kaplan credit defensively. He's making it tough on the Cowboys. And only 3 points allowed. Dallas on the year has scored 99 and allowed 99, scoring 35, 24, and 34. But in his loss, he only scored 6. So he struggled offensively once before he got blown out. He's struggling a little bit here. Here's a pitch out to Ezekiel Elliott. It's against a pass defense, so opportunity. Zeke goes to the defensive card, though, and it's just a 3-yard gain. So 3rd down and 7 here coming up for the Cowboys. Cowboys 3 for 7 on 3rd down so far in this game. 2 red zone trips. They've only picked up 3 points. Big 3rd down opportunity at the Dallas 41. 2 tight end formation. Giants going to stay in the base 3-4. And Dak is back to pass. Looking short. But he's flushed. Dak's on the run. And he's got himself a completion out to the flat on the right side and a nice pickup. 23 yards for CeeDee Lamb, hitting that 10 on the defensive card. And that's into Giants territory. 1st and 10 all the way down to the 36-yard line. Longest pass play of the game for either team is 23 yards, including that one. On 1st and 10, here's an off tackle. Now Tony Pollard. And Pollard on his card going nowhere. Shut down immediately by the Giants defense. Hit the 5 on that running back card. So 2nd down and 10 here. Pollard struggling so far. Just 5 yards on 4 carries. Back to pass on 2nd and 10. He's looking for Dalton Schultz. He's got him. 1st down. There's a penalty on the play. It's against the Giants. So the Dallas is going to decline that one. Move the sticks. And the Cowboys, trailing by 10, are approaching the red zone now. 1st and 10 at the 24, late 3rd quarter. 2 tight end formation. Defense gets his pass, but it's a run. Off tackle to Tony Pollard. Nice pickup. 7 yards on his card. Sets up a 2nd down and 3. Now into the red zone. So it gets tougher to move the ball here. Free safety truly is free. Here's a hitch. Michael Gallup, and 7-yard completion and a first down. Hit a zone with no men. So 1st and goal now at the 10 for the Cowboys. 2 tight end formation. Gallup and CeeDee Lamb are split out wide. Giants in the 3-4. And Dak's going to drop back to pass again. He's looking in the end zone. He throws to Gallup, but no, he's going to run it and going nowhere. I thought he was going to throw it. He had a must run come up and just a pickup of 1. Dak's card, not the best on must run, but there were some opportunities there. That's the end of the 3rd quarter here in Dallas. We go to the 4th. Giants on top by 10. But the Cowboys driving 2nd and goal at the 9. They'll go back to the blocking back formation. Zeke Elliott's coming in as tailback. Gallup is out. Cedric Wilson is in. It's a slant to Dalton Schultz. He's covered by a linebacker double team and incomplete. It went to the defensive card. 4 men in the zone, found the empty spot. So 3rd and goal here at the 9. Sack not likely to really hurt the field goal opportunity too much here. Great short pass card. You got to figure Dak's going to be throwing again. He's in a shotgun. Ezekiel Elliott's beside him. Giants moving to the nickel. Big play in this game. He's back to pass. He's looking short. CeeDee Lamb is his target. He throws that into the end zone. No, it's a must run again, and Dak's going to break free. Dak tucks it and runs, and he gets into the end zone. He rolled snake eyes. That would have been good from 21 yards, but as it is, Dak's going to run that ball in for a 9-yard touchdown run. And this game has become much tighter here in the NFC West. The extra points up and good. I'm sorry, the NFC East. As the Cowboys get a 4th quarter touchdown, and they now trail the Giants just 13-10 with 14:24 to go here. Shout out to Dennis Young again for the 2nd time tonight, and at his request, we have reached the USFFL witching hour where wins become losses and losses become wins. 4th quarter action here in the NFC East. Giants and Dallas both 3-1. Giants up by 3. They've got the ball at their own 25. We're going to peek in over in Florida now. Looks like we're still tied 10-10. Miami at Tampa Bay. Tampa Bay with possession around their own 30. We'll come back to that game as it's not quite as far along. Giants on 1st down. They're going to get an 11-yard short pass completion. Sterling Shepard caught that one, and it's 1st and 10 Giants at the 36. Dallas was flagged for a penalty, but it was declined on that one. And now Daniel Jones forced out of the pocket. He's going to run with it, and it's a good 7-yard pickup on must run. Daniel Jones now 12 yards rushing in this one. 2nd and 3, Giants at the 43. On 2nd and 3, Saquon Barkley comes in as the tailback. And they're guessing short yardage to stop him, but it's a little sideline pass. Sterling Shepard's the target, and Daniel Jones is going to get a 2-yard completion. He actually hit the interception split roll. So 2 yards at that point is the best he could hope for. Needed a 2 or 3 for the interception. Rolls the 5. It's a +2. Those could be 2 very important yards as it sets up a 3rd down and 1 for the G-men at their own 45-yard line. Daniel Jones now 103 yards passing in this game. 13 of 21. And on 3rd and 1, they're guessing short yardage run again, but it's another quick out. This time he's targeting tight end Evan Ingram. Daniel Jones right back to his card and a yak opportunity. This should be plenty, and it is. 4-yard completion. That was a +4. before the yak. So you kind of knew he had the conversion there. Giants get the first down at their own 49-yard line now. 12:54 to go. And he's dialing it up deep. Sterling Shepard is the target. He's got it. That's a 31-yard completion. As Sterling Shepard gets a 5 on the white dice to beat cornerback Anthony Brown. And it's 1st and 10 at the 20-yard line as the G-Men are suddenly into the red zone. Two tight end formation. Devontae Booker's back there behind the quarterback. Blitz shown by the defense out of the 4-3, but it's a short pass. Incomplete. Daniel Jones getting a lot of pass wrong opportunities lately in this game. Didn't convert that one, and it's 2nd down and 10. Devontae Booker stays in with that two tight end formation. Cowboys trailing by 3 here in the 4th quarter, trying to get a stop. They're operating out of the 4-3 defense. And on 2nd and 10, here's a button hook. Devontae Booker out of the backfield is the targeted receiver. Daniel Jones on the quarterback card sets up a yak opportunity for Booker, and he's got it. Nice pickup of 11 yards as Devontae Booker capitalizes, and it's 1st and goal at the 9-yard line for the G-Men. Dallas trying to hold him to a field goal here. Devontae Booker took advantage of that with his yak of a B rating. Here's a 5-yard run. Daniel Jones runs it himself around the end, gets 5 on the defensive card, sets up a 2nd and goal at the 4-yard line. Two tight end formation. Booker stays in as the tailback. Dallas now showing blitz as the safety comes up close out of the 4-3 defense. Here's a run up the middle. They're guessing run. And Devontae Booker on his card, he's going to pick up a couple, but not enough to get to the plane of the end zone. So 3rd and goal now at the 2-yard line. Big play in this game. Got to wonder if the Giants might look at this as 4-down territory if they don't lose any yards here. They're going to split it out wide here. 3 wide receivers. The tailback is Saquon Barkley. Defense is going to set up in a 4-2-5 nickel. The safety's coming up close to show that blitz. I'd be looking for the run, even with the spread formation. We'll see. And it is indeed. It's a sneak. Defense guesses pass. Daniel Jones trying to power it in behind that line. And he's got it. Touchdown. There's laundry on the field. Let's see who it's flagged on. And it is on the Giants for defensive holding. Why does it say? Let's see. Why does it say I'm totally confused? There it says decline, but again, it's throwing me off. That is a holding penalty that was accepted. It's 3rd and goal at the 12 now for the Giants. So a huge holding penalty. Here's a screen to Barkley. There is a man in the zone, and that's going to be a 1-yard loss. So 4th and goal at the 13. Holding penalty derails the opportunity to take a 2-score lead. Giants settling for a field goal attempt. It should be a chippy for Graham Gano. And 2 through 10 is good. But give the Dallas defense credit. Harlan comes up with a stop. And with 9:18 to go in this game, the Giants have a 4th quarter lead in Dallas, 16-10. We're going to peek in on Florida. It looks like we just had a score. Miami has taken the lead, and they're kicking off. Miami just got a 3rd quarter touchdown. Seven plays, 66 yards on that touchdown drive for Miami, culminating in a 5-yard touchdown pass from Tua Tagovailoa to Daniel Smythe, his 2nd touchdown reception of this game, as the Dolphins have taken a 17-10 lead. 4:48 left here in the 3rd quarter. We'll come back to this because we're not even in fourth quarter action there. Let's see what we're doing in Dallas. Looks like we are locking up. So let's see if we can't close this one and bring Dallas back up here. Good opportunity to check our stream, make sure there's nobody waiting to get in, and there's not. Let's go ahead and get that Giants game number going again. I'd like to point out we've got 4 games going tonight. Not a single one of them seems to be reposting game numbers. So they've been running smoothly tonight. That's right. Tempting fate, famous last words by your commissioner. I ain't scared. I ain't afraid of no ghost. All right, so we are bringing up the Giants Cowboys again. Big NFC East tilt. All right, game is back up, and we have launched into a 3rd down and 6 for the Cowboys. So Cowboys trailing by 6. They're at their own 29, 8:24 to go here, and a big 3rd down they need. 3rd and 6 at their 29. 3 wide receivers are going to split out. He's operating out of the shotgun with Prescott. Pollard is beside him, so he's got the 0-rated pass blocker rather than Zeke Elliott. And I think they actually have some star blitzers here. Maybe I'm wrong. I thought there was somebody here that's star blitzer, but I'm not seeing it. 3rd down and 6. Stack is looking short to CD Lamb, and that's going to be looks like a penalty. Yep, illegal procedure. Would have been a completion, it looks like. Yes, indeed, on a defender on the defensive card, but back him up 5 yards. And now Dak seeing a critical 3rd down and 11. Three wide receivers are split out. Defense operating out of the nickel. And we're going to have to get out of that another way. And on 3rd and 11, it's a short pass to CD Lamb, but he's flushed out of the pocket, looking for a different receiver, and he's got it. That's a 10-yard pickup into the flat. Not enough for a 1st down, so an interesting decision coming up here for Harlan McClain. 7:48 left in this game. The Cowboys trail by 6. They are going for it. 4th and 1 at their own 34. So a huge play here. Dallas comes out in the full house formation. They got the bigs in there. Their center run blocks 4, but everybody else is a 5-6, so he's going to try to stack up behind those hogs. I think he'll go up the middle because the ends are 5s for the Giants. He's got a nose tackle 0. It's an off tackle. Tony Pollard, short yardage defense. Pollard on his card, picks up 1 exactly. Pollard converts. And literally, the 3 results above and below that +1 would have been a turnover on downs, but a big lucky roll as Pollard beats the short yardage defense, picks up the 1 yard needed, and the drive goes on. 1st and 10 at their own 35. Here's an off tackle run to Zeke Elliott, and that's going to be a pickup of 7. 1 linebacker in the zone on the defensive card, but the aforementioned tackles for Dallas are both 6s in the run block, so a 7-yard gain for Zeke. And that sets up 2nd and 3. Dallas at their 42. 6:36 to go. Dallas still down by 7. They're going to run up the middle. Defense guessing pass. Another opportunity for Zeke Elliott, and nothing doing. Zeke gets it to his card, which is what you want, but hits the 5. 0 is the result. And we have another big 3rd down. 3rd and 3 for the Cowboys at the 6-minute mark at their own 42. Cowboys on the game are 5 for 10 on 3rd downs. Same as the New York Giants. We'll see if they consider this 4-down territory if necessary. It's 2 tight end formation. Blake Jarwin and Dalton Schultz are in. CD Lamb, Cedric Wilson are split out. 3-4 defense presented by the G-Men. And there's a square out pass. He's targeting the flat. Cedric Wilson is the target. Result is receiver, and he's got it. 5 yards. That's about a 50-50 opportunity for Cedric Wilson at best, but he hits a good number there and picks up the first down. Move the sticks. Dallas still on the move. 1st and 10 at their own 47-yard line. Now 5:42 to go. Dak back to pass, and he's looking long. He gets it off, looking deep to Cedric Wilson, and incomplete. Cedric Wilson went to the defensive card and got the split for an interception. 2 through 6 and 12 and rolls the 11, so he just barely misses it. Dak, who's been tempting the fates on interceptions all day and has thrown 2 already, misses that one, sets up 2nd and 10 at their own 47. Still 2 tight end formation. The tailback is Zeke Elliott. Prescott under center this time. On a 2nd and 10, they're running. Off tackle into the pass defense. Zeke Elliott, and it's just a 4-yard gain to set up 3rd and 6. Elliott rolled a 7. Short gain above and below immediately. That result. He doesn't get it. And if this sounds familiar, it should. 3rd down for the Cowboys. 3rd and 6 now at the Giants' 49-yard line. 4:48 to go. Two tight end formation. Giants showing the 3-4 here on 3rd down. Defense gets his pass, but it is a draw. He's going to try to pick it up on the ground. Zeke Elliott goes to the defensive card. We got a split roll, but so that would have been a 15-yard gain as he did get the split roll, but it's a false start. Dead ball penalty. And for the 2nd time this drive, a 3rd and short is just backed up into a 3rd and long. 3rd and 11, Dallas at their 46-yard line. That's the 9th penalty on Dallas, only 5 for the Giants. And on 3rd and 11, 3 wide receivers split out. Dak's in the shotgun. Giants in the nickel. 4:48 to go. There's a screen to Tony Pollard, and there's nobody there. He picked a good zone, and Pollard's got it. 13 yards, and he's out of bounds. Goes to the defensive card. Great call by the coach there, as there was only one flat zone open there. He picks it, he hits it, gets the 13 yards on the 7 on the defensive card, and on 3rd and 11, move the sticks again. Now at the New York Giant 41-yard line. 1st and 10, 4:30 to go. Here's an off-tackle run, Zeke Elliott, and boom, he's got the short gain on the Giants card. 18-yard pickup for Zeke. And that's 1st and 10 now at the Giants' 23-yard line. Zeke Elliott now 19 carries for 67 yards. Trudging his way to a 3.5 average, but that was a big one. And on 1st and 10, they're going to try him again. Screen this time to Zeke Elliott, and a modest pickup of 4 yards. He does get out of bounds. 2nd and 6 now into the red zone of the Giants. 2nd and 6 at the 19-yard line. 3:36 to go. Giants with a 6-point lead. Both teams, all 3 timeouts. Here's a short pass. Cedric Wilson is the target. We've got a split opportunity, incomplete. On the defensive card, he had a short pass opportunity. 2 through 5, 11 and 12. Misses it. And yet again, the Dallas Cowboys are setting up on 3rd down. 3rd and 6 at the 19. With 3:18 to go, 6 points. Where this play ends up is probably going to go a long way in dictating if you want to take the field goal or not. Here's an off-tackle run to Zeke Elliott. That suggests to me it might be 4-down territory. It's a 4-yard gain, but there's a penalty encroachment on the defense. So for a change, a 3rd down penalty goes in the favor of the Cowboys. move the ball up yards, and that converts the 3rd and 6 to a 3rd and 1. Full house formation comes out for the Cowboys. 3rd and 1 at the 14-yard line. 3 minutes to go. This one coming right down to the end. Giants clinging to a 6-point lead, trying to get a stop here. The G-men operate out of the 3-4. And on 3rd and 1, it's an off tackle to Elliott. Defense was guessing pass. Opportunity for Elliott. And that's going to be a 5-yard pickup on the defensive card, setting up a 1st and goal at the 9. Let's see what he does with the clock. He lets it run. Both teams do. So we're down to 2:24 in this game. 2:24 left. 1st and goal at the 9. Long way from over in this one, no matter what happens here. 2 tight end formation. Defense in the 3-4. Dak is back to pass. He's looking for Cedric Wilson, and it's incomplete. Hits the 8 on his card. Completions above and below, but that one's not it. 2nd and goal at the 9. Prescott on the day, 21 of 36 for 226 yards. Two tight end formation yet again for the Cowboys on 2nd and goal. This will be the last play before the 2-minute warning. Giants out of the 3-4. They're guessing pass. Dak is going to pass. He's looking for Cedric Wilson, and that's going to be an illegal procedure penalty. Back him up 5 yards. And yes, that would have been, at least by the dice, a touchdown pass. But technically, dead ball. Play never happened. 2nd and goal at the 14-yard line. Dallas continues to favor the 2 tight end formation. And here's a button hook, and it's the open flat zone. Here's an opportunity, and 8 yards. So not exactly the best roll you could get. And that's going to take us to the 2-minute warning. Both teams have all 3 timeouts. We're at the 2-minute warning here in Dallas with the Giants clinging to a 16-10 lead. A slobber knocker from the East. Dallas facing a 3rd and goal at the 6. They're going to spread out to 3 wide receivers. Dak in the shotgun. Zeke Elliott at his side. Giants out of the base 3-4. One of the bigger plays in the NFC Eastern Division race this year, if you think about it, at least this so far. They're double teaming CeeDee Lamb, but the target is Cedric Wilson. Dak back to pass. He throws. It's incomplete. Incomplete on the defensive card with 4 men there. And that's 4th and goal at the 6. So what do you do if you're Harlan? Anybody feel free to comment. 4th and goal at the 6. 1:52 to go. You're down by 6. You have all 3 timeouts.
Got to go for
going for it. Harlan agrees. Harlan's going to go for this. 4th and goal at the 6. I don't think you dare run, especially with Dak Prescott having such a good short pass card.
Yeah, you got to throw
at
it.
a nickel. Staring at a nickel, so there will be 4 men there. But there are a couple opportunities to be had there. Waiting for the play call.
Look out for Schultz.
To Elliott, considering the linebackers. Let's see what he does here. Harlan already converted a 4th down play earlier. The only 4th down attempt of this game. And he's back to pass. The defense doubled Ezekiel Elliott, which was my call, but Harlan is targeting CD Lamb. Dak on his card. He gets a must run. It's going to be close, and he can't quite get there. Dak is tackled over near the boundary at the 2-yard line. So the Giants hold with a big defensive stand. This game is not over. Giants take over at their 2. 1:45 to go. They have a 6-point lead, 16-10. Dallas has all 3 timeouts. Full house formation as Coach Scott Kaplan positioning himself for a conservative play call, and he gives one too. It's a sneak to the quarterback, Daniel Jones, up the middle, just a pickup of 1 on his card. Harlan calls the first of his 3 timeouts. 1:37 to go. 2nd and 9. Giants at their 3. Right back to the full house formation. Maybe he runs all 3 times. We'll see. If you sneak a pass in, maybe 2nd down's the time to do it. But can you really afford that safety? I mean, it would cut it to 4. Still need a touchdown. Hey, you think about it that way, I'd consider it. And he is. It's a run call on the defense, and it's a quick out. Little flat pass to Evan Ingram, and that's incomplete. Big break for Harlan and the Cowboys. So Coach Kaplan was reading out of my playbook, considering that 2nd down might be the best place to sneak in that pass call. Kind of ballsy going to the flat, but it was incomplete. So Harlan saves a timeout, and he can hopefully get off the field if you're the Cowboys. It's 3rd and 9. Giants at their own 3. 90 seconds left in this one. First down would pretty much end it. They're not in the full house, but pretty much. 3 running backs, 2 tight ends. They're definitely a heavy formation on 3rd and 9. I don't know. You already saved them 1 timeout. They're going to have that in the pocket here. It's a run. Defense guesses pass. Saquon Barkley is going to try to break 3, and he does. Uh-oh. Actually, this is interesting. He rolled the snake eyes and had a 32-yard pickup, but good containment. Excellent containment option there for Harlan. So that stops him 1 yard short. 4th down and 1. Giants at their own 11. There's an injury on the play, and that is why we do not have a timeout needing to be burned there. Injury was to Elijah Penny. Here's a punt, 47-yarder. And that bounces another 9 on top of that. So that's a 58-yard net punt. Give the Cowboys credit as they hold defensively. Nice break on 2nd down with that incomplete pass on the defensive card. And so here we are, 1:15 left to go in this game. Just 75 seconds. Cowboys down by 6. They're at their own 33. 2 timeouts in the book. They'll start in the spread formation, 3 wide receivers. Dime is being shown here, and it's a screen pass to the tailback, Tony Pollard. And Pollard on his card, a nice pickup of 8 yards. He does not get out of bounds. We'll see if they're going to burn a timeout, and they do. Dallas has 1 timeout remaining, 2nd and 2 at their own 41. 1:07 left. Giants leading by 6. Will give up the run again. They're sitting in the dime. 3 wide receivers split out. And Dak's back to throw. Looking short. But he's flushed. Flushed out of the pocket on 2nd and 2. He's just looking for a little dump. Maybe he's going to get that first down, but it's an interception split roll. Incomplete. An 11 on Dak's card. Resulted in 2 through 3 or 12 as the pick. He does not get it. And another big 3rd down coming up for the Cowboys here. 60 seconds left in this game. First place on the line here for the NFC East in week 5. One of these teams is going to be 4-1. The other is going to be 3-2. 4-1 will get you the division lead. 3 wide receivers split out. But it's a run up the middle. Inside run to Tony Pollard. And a pickup of 6 yards on 3rd and 2 does get the first down. Dallas at their own 47. I assume that last timeout's probably going to get called here. And it does not. He spikes the ball. So 2nd down and 10. Dallas at their own 47. 45 seconds left. They still have a timeout. They need a touchdown. 3 wide receivers split out. Pollard is the tailback. Shotgun formation. Giants operating out of the dime. Defense is going to double team CeeDee Lamb, but it's a deep ball to Cedric Wilson. Dak goes to the defensive card. Result is receiver, and he's got himself a completion. Nice pickup of 25 yards. Cedric Wilson rolls a 7 on his card, and that's going to be a 1st and 10 at the Giant 28-yard line. And once again, Dak rushes up there and spikes it. So Dallas holds on to their last timeout. 30 seconds to go here. 2nd down and 10. Dallas at the 28 of the Giants. Giants now coming down to a nickel defense. 3 wide receivers are split out. And it's a little dump pass out to the side. Cedric Wilson, there's a man in the zone. Pickup of just 4 yards. He does not get out of bounds. Here comes the last timeout for sure. You got to burn it here, and he does. So Dallas is out of timeouts. 22 seconds left. 3rd down and 6 to 24. They got to have the touchdown. 3 wide receivers split out. Pollard, the halfback. Dak out of the shotgun. Nickel shown here by the Giants. Prescott, 271-yard passing in the game. 2 interceptions, still looking for his first touchdown. If he gets it here, it's probably the game winner. He's back to pass. He's throwing to Cedric Wilson. He's doubled, and it looks like he's doubled by the safety. 4 in the zone. Possible interception. Incomplete. Roll the interception, split roll on the defensive card. Did not get it. 15 seconds left in this game. No timeouts. 4th and 6. I think if I'm the coach, I'm still looking for back-to-back short passes here. 3 wide receivers. Dak out of the shotgun. Pollard back there with him. Giants out of the nickel. Cowboys have split their 2 4th down conversion attempts earlier in this game. This is the big one. 4th and 6 at the 24. It's a little dump pass and incomplete. He tried the screen pass and nothing doing. It drops harmlessly. Pollard can't make the catch. And with 8 seconds left, the Giants are going to take over and win this game 16-10. Invited both those coaches here. That game is officially over. The clock has run out. Your final from the Jerry Dome. The Giants come into town, steal the game, and take over first place in the NFC East with a 16-10 victory. Nobody scored in the 3rd quarter. Dallas got a touchdown to make it closer. But the final score here is 16-10. Cowboys lose. So we're going to go ahead and break out of this game. We'll go back to the Miami game and see what's going on there. I may have to reopen this altogether, though. Let's see. Well, come on, you can do it. Nope. All right, let's go ahead and get the code again. We're going to set up for that game. So we got 3 finals here already tonight. Chargers over the Browns, Steelers over the Broncos, Giants over the Cowboys. 4th game of our broadcast. We're going to catch the end here. Tampa and Miami. A couple of Florida cross-conference teams going at it. Believe when last I left, Tua had his 2nd touchdown pass of the game to tight end Dan Smythe to give them a 7-point lead at 17-10. Let's see where we're at now. It's got to be at least mid to late 4th quarter. Game was moving along at a pretty good clip. And short pass incomplete for Tua. So here we are. Big point in this game already. Look at this. 3rd down and 11 for the Dolphins. They're in the red zone of Tampa. 3rd and 11 at the 16. 5:24 to go in this game. Tampa is up by 4. So we have hit this one at just the right time. Tua operating out of the shotgun. 3 wide receivers are split out. Bucks operating out of the nickel. Tom Brady had a sneak for a touchdown halfway through the fourth quarter to put them on top. Miami trying to come back and retake the lead. They've got a big 3rd and 11 here at the 16. And they're going to run here. A draw up the middle. 3 wide receivers are double team, but they're going up the middle. And Myles Gaskin's just going to pick up 4 yards. Interesting call there for Coach Talaria. Coach Tony Talaria runs the Miami Dolphins franchise for several years now. He's what I like to call co-commissioner, what he prefers to be called assistant to the commissioner. Either way, that man helps me a ton. And on 4th and 7, here comes a field goal attempt as Miami's going to try to just draw within 1. Pretty conservative call there on 3rd down on that run. And he's going to try to get the field goal through and misses. Jason Sanders boots it. It was a 37-yard attempt. He needed a 2 through 8, 11, and 12. He shanks it. Bad break for the Dolphins. It's not over, however. They're still down by 4. Tampa now has the ball, looking to run out the clock. 4.5 minutes to go. They're at their own 20-yard line. Coach Vince Trivelpiece. Defense guessing pass, but it's a draw. Lenny Fournette, and he's got a nice 15-yard pickup there and a 1st down. Lenny Fournette hits the split roll on the defensive card. And that's good for a 1st and 10 out to the 35-yard line. Lenny Fournette on the day, now exactly 100 yards rushing on 14 carries. With just under 4 minutes left, Miami still has 3 timeouts. They've got some time to try to get a stop here. They got a good call here, calling run against Fournette, and that's going to stuff him to a 1-yard loss. Fournette would have picked up 3, but it's now 2nd and 11. On the good call from Miami coach Tony Talaria. Fournette back under 100 yards rushing now. 3 wide receivers now are going to split out for Tom Brady, who's in the shotgun. Mike Evans is in the slot. Antonio Brown and Chris Godwin are split out wide. Fournette is beside him. I wouldn't be surprised to see a run here. I would love to milk clock if I'm in that shoes, although 2nd 11. Defense is showing blitz. Not Miami out of the nickel has their safety up close. And they are indeed running a draw to Leonard Fournette on 2nd 11. And Fournette's got a good roll, short gain with a couple of boxes there. And that's going to run out for 25 yards. Lenny Fournette clearly over the century mark now with his 16th carry, now 124 yards rushing in this game. That's across midfield to the Miami 41. And with 2:42 to go, Miami defense now backed up against it. Tom Brady still stepping up to a spread formation, 3 wide receivers. He's under center this time. Fournette's behind him. Dolphins going to come with the nickel. Defense guesses pass, but it's another draw. Fournette, this time just a 3-yard pickup, 2nd down and 7. And Miami burns the first of their 3 timeouts. That stops the clock at the 2:24 mark. 2nd and 7. Bucks at the 38-yard line of Miami. Bucks need to get to the 32 to have field goal range manageable. They're just not good from that deep range, 2 to 3. So still some work to do. Defense is going to come in close for the run. Short yardage is the call, but it's a little flare pass out to the side. Cameron Brate is the target, and he's got a completion. 1st down and more. 18 yards down to the 20 as Tom Brady goes over 300 yards passing in this game. Cameron Brate's 4th catch. And at the 2-minute warning here in Tampa Bay, Brady and the Bucs still lead by 4, 24-20. And they have a 1st and 10 at the 20-yard line, now operating from the red zone. So he's driven between the 20s just fine. But here's the red zone and an opportunity for Miami. You still need to stop him to a field goal that keeps you in the game. Ronald Jones comes into the game now as the tailback out of the blocking back formation. Dolphins are going to operate out of the 3-4. Red zone, it's getting close to Gronk time. Here's a short yardage run up the middle and 4 yards. That was a short yardage run call on the defense. Ronald Jones line back up the middle, hit it on his card, a +4. So certainly a good result on right. Sets up a 2nd down and 6 at the 16-yard line. Miami called their 2nd timeout, 1:52 now to go. And at this point, I think you're going to probably see consecutive runs. Make sure Miami burns that last time out, and then you get to take away all that other time. We'll see. 2 tight end formation. Fournette is the tailback. Brady will operate under center. And it's a pass to Mike Evans, and it's complete. 11 yards and a 1st down, 1st and goal at the 5. Give Coach Tony Tilleria credit defensively. He sniffed that out and called a pass defense, but Brady hits it on the defensive card. 1st and goal at the 5. We'll see if Miami's going to burn their last time out. I think they almost have to. They choose not to. So Miami still has 1 timeout left. 1st and goal at the 5, 1:07 left. I don't think it matters because I think that you could just take a knee and run out the clock here, if I'm not mistaken. Full house formation. Brady and the Bucs sure showing run. Vince looking to put the finishing touches on this one for his Buccaneers. And sure enough, Brady's going to take a knee. There is a penalty. And they're going to back the Bucs up 5 yards. Now 1st and goal at the 10-yard line. Still looks like we're just a couple of knees from this one being over. Brady takes a knee. We've got another penalty. This one moves them closer. Now just a minute left. We're really just waiting. All we're waiting for is the validation that there's not going to be a snap fumble. As long as there's no snap fumble, this should be over here. Hey, Scott Kaplan has joined us. How are you doing, Scott? First and goal at the 5. Should be just 2 more knees, be able to get rid of this remaining clock, I think. Maybe 3 knees.
This looks like it was a pretty exciting game here, Tampa.
Yeah, it was pretty close. Miami had a chance inside the 20. I think they ended up with a 4th and goal at the 6, if I'm not mistaken. And they ended up going for a field goal to try to make it 24-23. They missed the field goal. And this is the resulting drive as Tom Brady's just milked the clock right on out.
Have you enjoyed calling the games tonight?
I have, actually. 4 games, and they've been pretty good ones, including yours. Congratulations on what was a very difficult win.
Oh, my gosh. It was very stressful at the end there.
No doubt about that. I was looking forward to your game above all else. Real intrigued, just always intrigued by yours and Harlan's matchup. The fact that you guys have been in the same division for, practically a couple decades here, met each other in the same 2 teams 40 times or something. That's awesome to me. 8 seconds left, and barring a snap fumble here, this should be the final snap. Buccaneers are going to improve to 2-3 on the year. A win they desperately needed with the Falcons out to a 4-0 start. Dolphins are going to drop to 1-4. So definitely a difficult spot for them. And we're just sticking around for one more snap here. And Brady gets it cleanly, takes a knee, and that should be it. Your final score here in Tampa, the Bucks hold on as Vince Trivelpiece ekes out a victory over Tony Tilleria. Bucks 24, Dolphins 20. And that's your
So
final score here from Florida. So
how are
4
you able
games in the books.
to
Talk to me, Scott.
how are you able to pull up all the different games at the same time?
Yeah, it's kind of funny that you asked that because that's something that I'm also. There we go. Sorry, that's something that I was confused. I was like, how is that possible? But Anthony just showed me you just pull it up another game. I mean, it's sometimes you get some of these errors. You have to kind of work through a little bit of tech to do it, but it depends. Sometimes it's a nightmare. Like last time I did a Megacast, and I really couldn't almost run 2 games at a time. But tonight, the first 2 games that we're running, I was back and forth all the time, just literally looking in, looking in. It was beautiful.
Yeah, that's
So it
pretty
just
cool.
kind of depends on what you get, you know.
Pretty good
But
stuff.
yeah,
What's
pretty
up,
good stuff.
Anthony?
So you're up to a 3-1 start here, Scott. Let's take a look at what you've got on tap.
4-1, my
Looking at
friend.
your schedule after this game here, you look like you are heading for a home matchup with the LA Rams. So that could be a big one. I mean, they're not off to the best start, but that's a Super Bowl caliber team, obviously.
Yeah, I mean, I will give it the best I can, but that's gonna be a tough game.
Well, seriously, congratulations on a great start. You now have sole possession of first place in the NFC East and the right to try to fight off all your challengers down the stretch.
Who in the world would think the Giants from last year right now would be in first place?
Well, we always like to say that a guy like you is a renaissance man. You're always ahead of the curve. You're going to go ahead and win with the Giants a year early, right?
That's right.
So tell me, we saw most of your game, but at least before we let you go, tell me a little bit about the keys you saw, what worked, what didn't, and through your eyes, kind of how you were able to make that come out on your side.
Honestly, my goal was to try to grind it out and use up the clock because Dak has a great passing card. His running backs, if you guess
Yes.
them right, they're not so great. But if you guess them wrong, they'll kill you. So I knew I was going to have to call run at the right times because he would. If I was guessing run and he was passing the ball, forget it. I was going to get killed.
Right.
Actually, Dak really has a good card.
Oh yeah,
I mean,
especially on short pass. I mentioned
yeah,
I think that's probably the second best short pass card behind Aaron Rodgers. Anthony might know better than me, but that's what I would say.
yeah, it was crazy good, and I was actually surprised. Well, he actually threw a lot of passes, but I was surprised he didn't throw more short passes because his card is so good.
And I meant to look. Do you don't have a star blitzer on your team, do you?
No,
I didn't think so. But you managed to uh, you know
yeah, I don't
eke
even
it
think I
out.
had any. I don't think I had any sacks. The only sack
No.
was he had got a 0 yarder. Like
Oh,
wasn't
yeah,
really a sack,
yeah,
but it was a good game. It was very tight. I was trying to just keep it close. The last 2 drives by him, when I stopped him on the 2 and I threw that flat pass, guessed wrong.
yeah.
That was just a killer throwing an incomplete pass there.
Oh,
Because I should have been able to end the game right there, but
yeah. And you may not if you don't watch the broadcast, you'll never hear this. I actually called for that on second down. I actually said on the broadcast that if I'm looking at that situation and I'm the Giants, one first down wins the game. I'm thinking of sneaking in a pass. But if you're going to sneak it in, you can't wait till third and something.
right.
You need to get it on second. So I kind of called that saying on second down, you might throw. I was a little surprised to see it in the flat. That always makes me nervous, but I've even done it myself thinking they'll never think flat here. So I get it. And yeah,
And it was
you
open
caught a
if I
bad
remember.
break and that got Harlan back in the game a little bit.
Unbelievable. And then I ran the next play and I get hit with a penalty and it stops the clock.
Yep.
I'm like, what the hell?
Well, I don't think it was a penalty. Wasn't it the injury? Didn't you have an injury?
It
I
was
think you had an injury
that's
that
what I
stopped
meant.
the
It was
clock.
a penalty. It was an injury. And the worst part was I rolled. I mean, what was I playing? I was playing a 2 tight end, three running back.
Yes.
and I
Not a
rolled,
full house, but the big bulky formation.
yeah,
Yeah.
I rolled snake eyes, and I only got 8 yards. I'm like, oh my god, you got
I know, and I mess that up every time. I always forget containment's about to stick it to me. I saw that 32-yard gain. I got excited. Oh, Barkley's put an end to this one, and then I realized, uh-oh, he's going to get stopped here.
And then I had that, and so then I made a really good punt. But I was like, I knew I was going to be in trouble. I knew he was going to get some connection somehow, and
that long
I don't
pass
know.
he got for 25 yards really changed the whole scope of that last drive to where you really had to sweat it out for sure at the end there.
Yeah, it was definitely making me nervous. But we always have good games, and it's kind of funny. Harlan and I either one of us blows out the other one, or it's a close game.
Yeah.
And typically I'm the one getting blown out because he's got a much better team than me the last several years. But it's fun. It's a fun thing.
Well, listen, I am so jealous of you guys having that division rivalry for that long. Memo to all of my division mates: stick around. I like having rivalries built over time.
Not going anywhere.
Yeah, that's what I like to hear, Anthony. You and me every year. Let's fight for it. So, hey, congratulations to you both. 5-0, 4-1. These are two of the teams out to the best start. So, congratulations to both you guys. And I guess it's about time for me to start getting ready to take on the Buffalo Bills.
Yeah,
So,
good luck with that, man.
I'm obviously going to need it. So,
last night in our 1994 league, I was playing against of all teams Dallas also.
Yeah.
In the playoff game, and that came down. I scored a touchdown with about 2 minutes left in the game, and I went for the 2-point conversion to tie the game, and guessed wrong, got a receiver roll, and was incomplete.
Wrong on
So,
receiver?
Yep.
Was it short, I assume? Was it inside the 10?
It was a short, yeah. So, it's been I was really worried. I was like, I can't lose to Dallas twice. And then in Anthony, in our league, in the draft league, I'm playing against Dallas on Sunday. I was like, I'm playing Dallas 3 times this week.
No kidding.
Yeah.
No kidding. Well, and I'm playing the Bills right after watching the Chiefs lose to them. So I wanted to get that loss out of the way there is what I was hoping for.
I understand. That was a great game this weekend. I mean, I know you wanted to win the game, but it's a great game.
Yeah, and I can tell you, just listening to all Chiefs fandom and all the blogospheres, nobody's hanging their heads. That's a great team that beat us, and they fought tooth and nail to get it done. They may be a better team than us, but we certainly showed that we're good enough to beat them. And so let's get it on. Can't wait till the postseason. I don't care where it is. Let's get this thing going.
Well, good luck to you tonight, Anthony. Congratulations on still being undefeated.
Thank you. Congratulations on your win tonight. That was a good one.
Yeah,
appreciate
congratulations,
that,
guys, and as always, thanks for being part of the USFFL. You guys are awesome. I appreciate it.
And since this is a permanent recording, go Yankees.
Okay. I don't know that I can agree with that, but it's going to be a popular take, I'm sure.
Not looking so good at the moment.
Get Donnie Hastings on board here. That I'm sure.
A tough spot. I mean, you see that last half inning, Scott?
Yeah, I saw it.
Yeah, I mean, Astros got through the heart of the Yankees order. And at that point, Verlander's dealing versus the Yankees bullpen. I mean, this was inevitable. It wasn't impossible. It's still not impossible, but tough spot.
All right, well, I'm going to let you guys enjoy the baseball game and get back in the locker room and start getting my guys ready late night game. So
what's the story on that? Why the midnight start?
That was the option that how it is. My coach, I gave him some options. He was kind of busy this week, and he gave me a choice of late night or Saturday. Saturday's a get out and money, so I'm a night owl. I said let's do it. So yeah, it's 11 p.m. for me, so I guess I'll be up till close to 1 a.m. But hey, I haven't been winning in regular primetime hours. Let's go ahead and try something late and see if I can't mix it up a little bit. What do they say in that commercial? It's only weird if it doesn't work. So I'm trying something new.
Good luck.
So I know you'll both be rooting for me, especially Anthony. Big fan of my team. Always hoping that I catch up with his team. So that's it. Let's see what we got. Let's wrap it up here. We had the Steelers beating the Broncos. We had the Chargers beating the Browns. The Giants beating the Cowboys. Have the Buccaneers holding on in Florida to beat the Miami Dolphins. That's it for the USFFL Megacast. More to come in the future. Thanks, guys.
Later, guys. Take care.
Yep, later.